You're good.
And welcome to Independence High School in Coal City, West Virginia. Tonight, Video Production presents the season premiere of high school football. It's the Little General Kickoff Classic, and it's a battle between Herbert Hoover and the Independence Patriots. Herbert Hoover was runner-up in Class AAA a year ago. Independence a semifinalist in Class AA. We welcome you to the Greenbrier Ford pregame show with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and heavy hitter senior on camera. And Eric is glad to be back with you for our 5th year. And by the way, I can't leave out our stat man, Chris Ferry. She's with us as well. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be an exciting night as the crowd continues to make their way in here at Coal City, West Virginia, as we get ready for a battle between Independence and Herbert Hoover.
Yes, and boy, do we have a good one to kick off the season here tonight, Maris, here in Coal City. I mean, you have two teams synonymous with winning here in the last 5-6 years. You know, you just pencil them in at the end of the year to make a deep playoff run.
Well, you know, you look at Independence, they were runner-up in 21. They won the state championship in 22 by beating Herbert Hoover, which they were only 3 classes at that time, and Herbert Hoover was obviously AA. And then Independence has been a semifinalist each of the last 2 seasons in 2023 and 2024. On the flip side, Herbert Hoover, they've been outstanding as well. As like we mentioned, they were runner-up in 22. They were runner-up last year in AAA, now that there's 4 classes, and they've had 2 undefeated seasons in the last 4 years, in 2021 and also last year 2024. But they've got to the mountain. They haven't climbed the very top of the mountain, but we think we're going to have a really exciting football game here tonight.
Yeah, and to kick off the season, both of these teams have state championship aspirations. You know, Hoover came on the road last year with an impressive victory in the playoffs, going to Princeton to win that game, and Princeton was a favorite to win the title after playing in the title game, you know, the year before that and losing. But this Hoover team will be a stiff challenge for Independence, and on the flip side, this Independence team is going to be a stiff challenge for the Huskies.
The Independence down on the field warming up. Herbert Hoover has made their way to the locker room. We'll take our first break as you are watching the 2025 season premiere, the Little General Kickoff Classic, streaming live here on Video Productions.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
we got you.
Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. and a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
You're back.
And we welcome you back into the Greenbrier Ford pregame show with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent. He's in Shady Spring. You can dial him up 681-283-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, the ball game tonight is brought to you by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, you want to contact Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker, and the website is exitelevationwv.com. Also, the ball game tonight brought to you by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley is your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor. She has a new location up on Harper Road. You can contact Heather 681-254-0097. You can start planning your retirement. Well, Eric, as we take a look at these two teams, first of all, for the visiting team, Herbert Hoover, they've got to replace a stud quarterback. When I say stud quarterback, I mean stud with a capital S. Dane Hatfield, the senior signal caller for Herbert Hoover a year ago, he's now playing at the next level for Northern Illinois. In his tenure over 4 years, Eric, he was 42-9 as a starter. So that's big shoes to fill.
Yeah, that's big shoes to fill. And he was. We had a chance to watch him a couple of times, and he was the engine that made this car go. And it's going to be tough replacing him. But you know, when you got a veteran team, you know, the new quarterback coming in Peyton Grigsby, I think the veterans leaders on this team can help him, you know, survive and win in this game.
Speaking of quarterback Peyton Grigsby, even though it's his first year at Herbert Hoover, he did play a year ago. He's a transfer from Capital. He was a freshman at Capital a year ago. He got playing time, so he's got experience. This is just a little new with a different team. But Coach Fields, in the conversation I had with him early in the week, says they've got multiple transfers in on this Herbert Hoover team.
Yeah, and you know that, and that's just the nature of the beast nowadays. You know, your roster is new every year, and hopefully, you know, for the coach for Herbert Hoover, he got some players that can fill a lot of big shoes, because anytime you play for a state championship and you lose those seniors, and they had that type of record, that's a lot of big shoes to fill.
And on the flip side, Independence, of course, you got to start with the quarterback, Brock Green. In his freshman season last year, he threw for over 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, and I'll tell you, his favorite receiver was Linksweiler. He caught half of those 12 touchdowns. He caught 6, and he also had 30 receptions, did Linksweiler, for 652 yards.
And that's the thing, and that's one thing about Coach John Lilly. This is 32nd year of coaching, and he's really adjusted. If you come off, you had 2 back-to-back Kennedy Award winning running backs, and now to have a guy who probably be in the running for the Kennedy Award as a quarterback, you're doing something. You're learning to adapt to what you have.
Yes, and good as Brock Green is, and all the things you just said, but they do have an excellent running back, and really he's an all-purpose player in Silas Nelson, the 6'1", 209-pound senior. He rushed for 25 touchdowns last year.
See, and I led you into that one. And that being said, they have another person in Silas, in Nelson, who was a former quarterback, moved to running back, and you got to put your best athletes wherever you need them. And he really excelled, and he catches the ball really well out of the backfield. So look for them to try to get the ball in his hands any way they can.
And, you know, Eric, with both teams having athletes all over the place, ultimately I think it's going to come down to who wins the trenches.
Yeah, the trenches, but there's one other key too, though. After you watch warm-ups a little bit, the trenches are huge and getting pressure. You know, a guy like Landon Riddle, All-State, you know, linebacker / defensive end for Independence, will have to really, you know, get to the quarterback. But I think, you know, you can't sack the quarterback every time. Your corners and your safeties have to be able to do what? Tackle in space.
Right.
And I think that is the key. One missed tackle, they can take it to the house.
That was one of the things in my conversation with Herbert Hoover coach Joey Fields. He said, they got to limit the big plays. And Eric, this is our 5th year together. We've covered a lot of games over the last 4 years, and the word we use to describe the Independence offense, efficiency. A lot of times they'll run 10 plays and have 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, and very high power, very explosive, and they run and they're kind of like the old West Virginia team spot the ball. They want to put pressure on your defense by getting as many plays as fast as they can, tiring you out.
One thing, it's going to be a beautiful night. The crowd's still making it in. As we look across the way, Eric, Herbert Hoover has brought a large number of fans, and why not with the success that they've had. Joey Fields has done a great job building the program. Of course, the local faithful here on the independent side, it's starting to fill up too. And, of course, John Lilly's done a tremendous job since being the head coach here in the program. And, once again, the bar has been raised high here at Coal City.
Yeah, and the bar, and that's what you want. It's like the high jump. You want to just keep raising that bar because, the sky's the limit for the program, and Coach Lilly has really set this team up. And we've had a chance, doing the area games to see what they've done in the last 2 years in middle school football. They haven't lost a game in middle school. So look for a lot of those ninth graders to be, in this contest making plays.
And, Eric, we've been doing this together so long. You read my mind as you were talking. I was thinking,
that's a scary thought.
That is a scary thought because, Connor James, he's a freshman, one to speak of. They got a couple others. Paxton Myers perhaps could get some playing time. And you're right, those freshmen, they were big impact players on the middle school level last year. They could really be really good contributors for the high school now.
Vyers, that's another name. Vyers as well. Those guys were big play. Just throw it up. I'm not just say throw it up because the passes had to be on the money, but they could go get it. Real athletic. And I heard Coach Lilly say in your pregame interview with him that's up on YouTube, Video Productions YouTube, is that he thinks those freshmen are just as athletic or maybe more athletic, but they just don't have the reps.
The experience, right.
Experience and
right.
reps.
All right, we're going to take our second pregame break. We're here at the Greenbrier Ford pregame show, and it rolls on as the teams continue their warm-up. We'll get you closer to the kickoff at the top of the hour. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome to back into the Greenbrier Ford pregame show. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they have great designs as well on their cabinets. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can call Hart's at 304-252-2917. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have a 24-lane bowling center with full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join the league, book your next party at Leisure Lanes. You can call them to reserve your party at 304-253-7328. The game tonight also brought to you by Infinity Coal Company. They're located in Sophia, right down the road here from Independence High School. They're hiring experienced underground miners. They offer a great wage and great benefits. You can apply online through the United Coal Company's Facebook page. And also the game tonight brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Mamma Mia, love me some Pasquale's. Ate there about a week ago. You'll love it. They have catering. Private parties are available. You can book your event at 304-255-5253. And I'll tell you, Eric, as you know, they're more than just Italian. They got great seafood and sandwiches as well at Pasquale's.
Yeah, chicken wings are excellent.
As a matter of fact, you know, when we did the coaches interview on Video Productions, and we also did an interview of Pete Colasurto, which, by the way, congratulations to Pete Colasurto. The field at Beckley Woodrow Wilson will be named in his honor tomorrow. And of course, that'll be a game on Video Productions, Washington and Beckley. But before we get talking about this game, Eric, we got to talk about another little side gig you and I have, and that's the podcast. You may not agree with us, and we talk about local high school sports. We have the Raleigh County Report, talk about the Raleigh County schools. We talk middle school football, college, and the National Football League. And of course, there was a big news in the National Football League right before we came on the air. Eric, I'll let you announce it because it's near and dear to your heart.
Yes, the Green Bay Packers probably obtained their key to a nice Super Bowl run by getting Micah Parsons from my Dallas Cowboys. But at the end of the day, you know, one player doesn't make a team, but I like what they got back, but I hate to see him go.
So I got to ask you this honestly, and I know you'll answer it honestly. If it does propel Green Bay up, which I think they were already a Super Bowl contender, but obviously with having him makes them even more Super Bowl contender, does it drop Dallas much further in the ranks of a Super Bowl contender?
Well, here's the thing, and me being an avid Dallas fan, I'll just put it out there. Our defense wasn't very good with them. So what will it be without him?
Well, maybe Dallas needs to have 14 or 15 guys on defense. Can you do that?
Hey, I just need to bring back some of those old guys from the 90s, man. Tony Casillas, Russell Maryland, stop the run.
Yeah, you need to bring them in on a cane or a wheelchair, those guys from 30-odd years ago. But, ladies and gentlemen, this little banner that Eric and I just have, that's what you'll get on our podcast. And like I said, you may not agree with us, and you can check it out where?
On YouTube television, Warden Broadcast Network.
And look for that. That's always the beginning of the week. We've already done two. We have a lot of fun with that, and we think you'll enjoy it because it will keep you up to date, and you can know where Eric and I, and not just Eric and I, but our other crew as well, where we're going to be on any given weekend for high school football. Like tonight, obviously the game we got here between Independence and Herbert Hoover. Tomorrow, Bill O'Brien, Mark Montgomery, they will be at Van Meter Stadium. It'll be Beckley and Washington. As I mentioned, they'll name the field after Pete Colasurto. And then, Eric, you and I will be down at Glen Daniel tomorrow night for the first ever matchup between Doddridge County and Liberty.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that game and covering all the teams in Raleigh County.
All right, getting ready to have the national anthem. We'll take a break, come back, and get you ready for the opening kickoff at the top of the hour. You're watching the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
So you're ready to get started on that home remodel? Then America's #1 exterior remodeler is here to help. For over 19 years, Window World of Beckley has helped homeowners in our area take care of their greatest investment. We make it easy to remodel your home with special financing options and convenient monthly payments. Because we are locally owned and operated, you can expect the best in customer service. We're excited to see what you have in mind. We look forward to helping you create the home of your dreams.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance. We've got your back office.
And we welcome you back to Video Productions. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. She's my agent. She takes care of me. She'll take care of you. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Spartan Factory. They have T-shirts, team uniforms, bags, hats, banners, and a whole lot more. You can check them out on their website at SpartanFactoryWV.com. By the way, we'll be having nice-looking swag coming here in a couple days, Eric, that we got from Spartan Factory. We appreciate them. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. Got to love you a blue can of Pepsi or the black can Pepsi Zero or even Diet Pepsi, the silver can. And last but certainly not least, where we had our pregame meal, Giovanni's Mamma Mia, 2 locations right down the street here from Independence High School, and also in Glen Daniel, where we'll be tomorrow. We'll eat at the Giovanni's tomorrow down at Glen Daniel. And if you're not Italian going in, you'll be Italian coming out. All right, Eric, the crowd's at fever pitch as they're all excited. We're here. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Carla Jones is here as well. And we also have Chris Farish, our stat man. And on camera tonight is heavy hitter 2. Also at halftime tonight, Eric, we will have the president of Pioneer Community Bank, and Greg Shoup. He's here, came up to the booth, said hi to us right when we come on the air, and he'll be on at halftime. They are our post-game sponsor and have been a big sponsor of local high school sports, and we appreciate Pioneer Community Bank.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these local teams get support from the area, and Pioneer Bank has always been a proud supporter of especially Independence football, Liberty, helping out when they can.
Well, it's an exciting time of year. This is week 1 of the 2025 high school football season. Of course, we're getting started on a Thursday. And, Eric, there's this game, and I think there's a couple more games. I do know that there's one in Morgantown. Parkersburg plays Morgantown tonight. Spring Valley and George Washington. There might be another game. It might be a total of 4. I know there's not many tonight, but this looks to be the marquee game of this Thursday night.
Yeah, and this game has been circled for both teams, when it was scheduled. And it's going to be a good way to kick off the season. And, I really must love doing this with you, Maris, because I got to give a shout-out to my daughter, and I hope she's listening. Today is her 17th birthday, and, she can't open those gifts until I get home, so I want to wish her a happy birthday.
Well, if you're that's a good thing to do. Of course, my mom will turn 90 on Saturday, and we'll have some of those Pepsi Blue cans at her party on Sunday. My mom will be 90 years old on Saturday, so I don't know if my mom is watching, but if she is, want to wish my mom a very happy 90th birthday. But Eric, the weather here is perfect. A year ago when these two teams played, they had multiple weather delays. The game kicked off like at 9 o'clock, scheduled for 7, and they didn't get finished until Friday. They started on Thursday. The game didn't end until Friday as this big crowd here on the home side awaiting the entrance of the Independence Patriots. Independence, like I said, the last 4 years in 2021, they were Class AA runner-up. 2022, they beat this Herbert Hoover to win the state championship, and they made it to the semifinals each of the last 2 years. Herbert Hoover on the other side, like I said, they've had great teams. They were runner-up in 2022 in AA, runner-up in 2024 last year, and they had undefeated years in 21 and 24. But everybody's at fever pitch, big crowd across the way. We're excited, and this is what it's all about, the start of a new season.
Yeah, and you know, with the new polling, you'll see a lot of teams do this now. Don't be afraid to schedule someone, Maris, because either way you can get strength of scheduling points, and that is a key now. And I'd like to see a lot of these teams, you know, play one another, and this is good for the both schools, both communities.
Independence ready to make their way out onto the field as they're getting to corral their squad there in the end zone to our left. Be wearing the white helmets trimmed in gray tonight with the navy blue and red. And, you know, Eric, since you and I have been coming over here calling Independence games over the last 4 years, we've only seen them lose one time on this field, and that was to Princeton last year. Outside of that, over the last 4 years, Independence has not just been dominant. They've been really dominant at home.
Yeah, at home, you know, usually it's a W in the win-loss column, and we never realized that until we said we were doing that Princeton game, for Princeton to come up here and get a big win. So it's going to be a tall task for this Herbert Hoover team, but I think they're more than ready and a formidable opponent for Independence.
The Herbert Hoover High Huskies have made their way to the far side. To our right, they'll be wearing the royal blue helmets trimmed in white. Independence now makes their way here on the near side to the welcome of their home crowd. And we're moments away from getting this game started. And, you know, Eric, to me, there's nothing like starting a new season. You know, here we are with high school tonight. And basically, even though I know they have week 0 in college, this is the first real week of college football. And then next Thursday, the National Football League.
Yeah, and you know what, though? Like on any level of football, Maris, you know, it's been 30-some years, of course, since I played, and a little longer for you, but still get
way longer for me.
You know, the butterflies, man. If a kid doesn't like the butterflies and the rush of getting ready to play an opponent, man, that is the best feeling.
Here's the thing: when you run out onto that field, if you're not nervous, it doesn't mean nothing, right?
It really doesn't. It
really
doesn't.
We'll be waiting for the toss of the coin. Independence got a couple of captains there right below us, and Christian Linksweiler is one of them. The other captain is Alex Blankenship, both seniors. And let's see if looks like they've got a third captain in there as well, and they do, Landon Riddle, all seniors. And they'll get ready to make their way out to the center of the field for the toss of the coin. Across the way, it looks like Herbert Hoover has several captains as well. And, of course, you know, the way these teams like to play, especially Independence, if they win the toss, you know, most teams normally defer. They may not. They may want to put their offense out there first.
Yeah, that's correct. And it looks like Herbert Hoover's going to walk out as captains. It's going to be Sam Key. Looks like Blake Fisher and 2 more captains.
Let's see who else they got.
Devin Silvas.
Silvas, yep.
And I think the other one was
can't see.
I think it's Mighty Lopez. I hope it is, because that's a great name right there.
So captains are out there ready to get the coin in the air and see who's going to get the ball to start the season. The clock's winding down, and get ready to put the 12 minutes up on the clock, and we'll be ready to go. Once again, I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have Chris Farish on stats, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. He's also been with us. Is Eric, you know, this is the crew. We've been together for starting our 5th year. Carla Jones is here. We're breaking her in. And we also have on camera heavy hitter senior. How about that? So we got a heavy hitter in the booth and heavy senior outside. All right, waiting for the toss of the coin, Eric, and let's see who's won the toss. Looks like Hoover's won the toss. They have deferred, and Independence will start with the football working right to left.
And then you're on the road, that's what you usually try to do is put your defense out there, defer to the second half. But sometimes a lot of teams have done that, and that's backfired against this Independence team, high-octane offense that they have.
We appreciate Little General as the sponsor of this game. This is the Little General Kickoff Classic, and we're ready to go. Teams getting their final instructions. Across the way, Herbert Hoover right below us. Independence, the lights are on and getting ready to start. Eric, I love these 7 o'clock games, and it's a beautiful night for football here in Southern West Virginia.
Yeah, and I know you at your age, you especially love the 7 o'clock games.
So I can get home earlier.
Get home in bed by 9:30, 10.
Yeah, I think at least maybe 10:01 is my curfew.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go home and celebrate your daughter's birthday.
Correct.
I got to rest up for my mom's birthday this weekend.
And have a few Pepsis for her birthday as well.
All right, the ball will be teed up on the 40 right there in the center of the field between the two hashes. And let's see who Independence will have deep. Here on the near side will be Christian Linksweiler. And over on the far side will be a Caden Bradbury.
So, Maris, one thing I did notice, when we talked about keys to the game, both of these teams have excellent kickers. So, as you can see, the Independence guys are back at the 1. So they obviously know what we saw in warm-ups. This very well could be a touchback.
And it's teed up, and that is Jason Butcher, the kicker, has got it teed up. I beg your pardon. That is Voss Dumberger's got it teed up, and we are ready to start the 2025 season, the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions, and this will be returned from the goal line. Linksweiler got some room as he crosses the 20, breaks up over the 30, a great return out over the 35-yard line, and a nice return for the Patriots.
And you know what I loved about that return by Linksweiler as we look here on the replay, he was patient, found a seam, and got great positive yards as Independence will start with great field position.
On the 37-yard line on the far hash is where Independence will start. Brock Green, the quarterback, he'll lead them out. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. So here comes Independence, 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line.
And right off the bat, looks like Silas Nelson is in the slot. Going to come out and swing it.
Yeah, they were going to go empty. They go a wide receiver screen, and Herbert Hoover's all over it. Linksweiler nowhere to go. In fact, that's going to lose a couple back to the 35 as Herbert Hoover played that really well.
Yeah, well played on that play. But I love the little motion with Nelson just to kind of shift the defense a little bit. But Herbert Hoover's linebackers and corners really played that good. And the initial tackle was good. You have to tackle in space.
Independence goes quick. Here's Nelson. Takes the handoff. He gets up near the 40-yard line. They'll put him down probably right at the 40, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And this will be, about a 3rd and
7
right here.
Yeah, the ball's just shy of the 40. They've got to get out to the 47.
So a long 8.
Yeah, maybe 7 and some change.
Yes.
They're going to go empty.
And Herbert Hoover's not lined up.
Green takes the snap, has time, looks, across the middle, got a man. It's caught for the 1st down into Hoover territory. And, Eric, I think what made that play was the time that Green had to throw the ball at the 42-yard line of Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, and that was a dart right there by Caden Bradbury making the catch, the senior coming up big on a 3rd and long.
They go quick, Independence, from the 42 of Herbert Hoover. Green takes the snap. Here's Nelson looking for running room and not much. He's lucky he got to the line of scrimmage. He falls forward. He might have got a yard, but that's about it.
Well, and this, I think, is the game plan defensively for Herbert Hoover. You're going to have to account for number 12, that being Silas Nelson, because he's a bell cow, and he can really, once he gets going, he's going like the Energizer Bunny, and the more touches he gets, the better, the stronger he gets.
They gave him a yard, 2nd and 9 for Independence at the 41 of the Huskies. Green takes the snap, want to keep it himself, trying to find a lane, cuts back, nice running. He gets down inside the 35, and let's see, looks about the 34, maybe even got to the 33, depending on where they put him down.
And that's something different, right, from this Independence offense, because you didn't see Brock Green run as much, and that's going to help later on in the game, keeping those linebackers honest. They
got him at the 33 to be 3rd and 1. They stack the box. Here's the handoff. There's a first down run and more, breaking tackles and stumbling down inside the 25 with a first down. Once again is Nelson. Nice run, and Silas Nelson using really good balance to pick up that first down.
Great balance and great strength, and that is his third touch and first really positive yards as he gets it again here.
Gets it again from the 27. Breaks a tackle and a shoestring tackle, and he gets the ball down to the 20-yard line. And a nice gain on first down.
That's 2 shoestring tackles that have saved touchdowns for this Herbert Hoover defense.
Actually, they started that last drive on that. It was from the 28. He gets down to the 23-yard line. He got 5 on the play. Green to throw. Has time. Looks. Now he's scrambling. They force him out of the pocket. He'll just throw it away out of bounds. So that'll bring up third down.
Brings up third down.
Third and 5.
I didn't have a chance to see what was going on in the defensive backfield, but that was one that you can chalk up to the pass rush. It got Brock Green off of his mark there.
I beg your pardon. I said the 23. The ball is actually on the 20-yard line. Green takes the snap. It's a running play. Silas Nelson falls forward. He's going to come up short. And fourth down, I'm sure they'll go for it. The ball puts down, looks to be at the 18-yard line.
Looks like they're subbing in. They may
try a field goal.
Both teams have excellent special teams, and then this will be Micah Cuthbert, who can knock it through, bang it through.
Ball down at the 25, make it a 35-yard kick. The 10th play of the drive. There's the snap, the hold, the kick's on its way, and it is good as he knocks it right through. And Independence scores on their first drive. With 8.5 remaining in the first quarter, Independence on a 10-play drive that started on their own 37-yard line, they're able to get a 35-yard field goal, and they take a lead in the ball game by the score of 3-0. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. You are in good hands with State Farm. You're in good hands with Scotty Brown, your local agent. He's in Shady Spring. You can dial him up at 681-238. 6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you want to contact Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker. Steve Morgan, the associate broker. The website is exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley is your Edward Jones financial advisor. New location on Harper Road in Beckley. She's my financial advisor. She can be yours too. 681-254-0097. Well, Eric, that was impressive. Independence, like I said, 10 plays, started on their own 37. They get a 35-yard field goal, and with 8.5 to go in the first quarter, they take a 3-0 lead.
And you know what I loved about the Independence coaching staff? No indecision there. Got down, you know what you have in your special teams. You take the points and play some defense. Get the early lead at home.
Ball's teed up, and here comes the ensuing kickoff. And this might go out of bounds, and it will not. And they pin in the returner, and not a lot of room to run, but he's able to make a nifty run and get out to the 20-yard line. Because I thought the ball was going to go out of bounds. It kind of died there. And on the return for Hoover that time was Dalton Myers. So 1st and 10 for Hoover. They'll have the ball on their own 20-yard line.
So our first look at the Herbert Hoover offense to start this 2025 season and see what they have drawn up, have scripted these first 8 to 10 plays.
And they'll bring in the transfer quarterback from Capital, Peyton Grisby, the sophomore quarterback. He wears number 13, looking at the sideline over there. Has a running back behind him, which is Fisher. Actually, he moved to the side now. And Fisher's going to get the call, and he runs over a would-be tackler and gets good yardage, about 3 or 4, but that's a pretty good start on first down.
Yeah, and, you know, Fisher is one of those seniors that I spoke upon about, you know, helping take some pressure off, and he's good. He's as good as advertised, too. He can run it between the tackles.
So gets the ball out to the 23-yard line, 2nd and 7. Maybe Hoover changing the play. Now there's a flag. Looked like Independence initially jumped into the neutral zone.
Yeah, maybe a neutral zone infraction, and we'll see. Hard count.
This crew we have tonight, will be offsides Independence. And, of course, that's one thing that in any game, especially when you're playing really talented teams, you can't give them extra yards. So on the penalty, that'll mark 5 more yards out to the 28. But I was going to say this crew will also work the Bluefield-Graham game tomorrow at Mitchell Stadium.
Yeah, championship caliber crew here. You're working to monumental games this early in the season.
That's right. The Battle of the Bluefields. Bluefield from West Virginia, Graham from the Virginia side. So it'll be 2nd and 2 coming up for Hoover on their own 28-yard line, perhaps changing the place. They look to the far side. And Grisby, a sophomore, like I said, a transfer from Capital. Played his freshman there last year. Takes the shotgun snap to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes as Independence able to get a sack.
Yeah, and that was a big-time sack right there as Independence won the line of scrimmage. And it looks like
Isaiah Conley with the sack all the way back inside the 20, all the way back to the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. They've got to get out to the 30.
See, that all but erased the yards from the penalty, so.
And, against nobody, but especially Independence, you don't want to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think if you're Herbert Hoover, early on you need at least a couple initial first downs to try to flip the field.
Grisby throws up the seam. It's caught for a big play. This might go across the 30. This is going to be a touchdown, and there's no penalty flags. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, big-time throw.
Wow.
We can get this replay up.
A seam route right up the middle as Lance Williams holds it in.
Hey, but look at Grig. We miss him on the quarterback stood in there and took one in the chops and delivered a strike. And big play capability is what you and I talked about, and along with our stat guy, Chris Ferris, we said that you got to tackle in space, and defensive backs and safeties were going to be key to this game.
That's an 81-yard touchdown pass, and Hoover takes the lead 6-3. That's a 3-play, 80-yard drive. And now they try to tack on the point after. Fireworks here in the first quarter with 6:37 left in it. We got a whistle, and what do we got? I don't see flags, do you? They just blow it dead.
Yeah, so one thing I've noticed is that the play clock is not working tonight.
But that 81-yard pass to Williams.
Official timeout there.
So I would say that the young man, the sophomore, the transfer from Capital, Peyton Grisby, I think he grew up in a minute. 3rd and long, and boy, he threw a strike.
Yeah,
and
with the pressure on.
Yes.
After being sacked, and that's what you want out of your quarterback. You can't you're going to take some licks, but he delivered a strike. But Independence, on the flip side, you had good pressure, just not on the back end, and your coverage has to hold up when you get good defensive pressure up front.
So whatever I'm not sure what, like you said, maybe it's the play clock. There's a delay as we wait for the point after. But Fireworks, Independence gets a field goal on their first possession. 10 plays, and they came up with a 35-yard field goal. This is only a 3-play, 80-yard drive that ends up with an 81-yard touchdown pass. And Herbert Hoover has their first lead, 6-3. I see the white cap, Eric, on the far side talking to the Hoover coach. Not really sure what the delay is.
That's a good question.
I'm looking to see the play clock. I don't see the play clock's working. Maybe that's what it is. It's not even lit up, so maybe they're going to keep the clock on the field, perhaps. But on either side, on the end zone to the right and to the left, the play clock is not working as we set up for the point after. So now there's players, one player in, another player out. Maybe they were not allowed to substitute, but whatever it is, maybe they got it figured out. But it looks like it could be a play clock issue.
Yep.
And now for the point after.
And on the road, Maris, that was a big drive because Hoover couldn't afford to go, 3 and out, 4 and out.
And the point after is good. So with 6:37 left in the quarter, your new score, Herbert Hoover 7, Independence 3. We'll take a break, and we will be right back here. You're watching the Little General Kickoff Classic on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
So you're ready to get started on that home remodel? Then America's #1 exterior remodeler is here to help. For over 19 years, Window World of Beckley has helped homeowners in our area take care of their greatest investment. We make it easy to remodel your home with special financing options and convenient monthly payments. Because we are locally owned and operated, you can expect the best in customer service. We're excited to see what you have in mind. We look forward to helping you create the home of your dreams.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School. Fireworks, Eric. Both teams score on their first possession, but Independence gets a field goal for 3. Hoover gets a touchdown in the point after, and they lead 7-3. This will be Bradbury on the far side. He'll cross the 20, get hit and stood up there just shy of the 25, or maybe make it to the 25.
Yeah, forward progress, they're going to mark him just
maybe
at the 26.
Yeah, over the 25, and Independence will start there for their second possession of the game on their own 26-yard line on the far hash mark.
And right here, and you know, early on in the game, if you're Independence, you just have to stay the course. You gave up a big play defensively, and if you're Hoover, you have to find a way to slow the Independence offense down. They gave up 3 third down conversions on the initial 3-point scoring drive.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. They'll go empty with Brock Green, the quarterback. He'll take the snap. He'll throw it short, trying to get Nelson in space. Silas Nelson gets a good gain on first down as he gets the ball up to the 30-yard line, picks up 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4.
And I'm not keeping a Silas Nelson counter, but that's 4 or 5 touches already early on for Nelson to try to loosen this defense up.
Yeah, Nelson was a big part of the running game a year ago. He rushed for 25 touchdowns. Green to throw, has time, looks, got a man open, and he overthrew him. Linksweiler was open right here below us, and I think maybe they had a miscommunication there.
I don't know. I think it was some incidental contact in the defensive backfield. Linksweiler ran into the corner. Lucky a flag wasn't thrown because it could have been a legal touching by the cornerback, but I think it was incidental.
So 3rd and 6. Green with the snap. Pressure comes. They force him out of the pocket. He's going to run, and now he finds a man downfield. It's caught for a huge play and a first down across midfield to the 41 of Independence. A nice play that time by Byers, the freshman we talked about.
One of the freshmen we spoke up on, and way to find a dead spot. But great job by Brock Green scrambling and throwing across his body across the field. Usually that's a no-no, but he had his receiver out there, and the safety didn't get it.
Green keeps it from the Hoover 40. He's got a huge gain. He's got 9 as he gets the ball down to the 31-yard line of the Huskies.
Gain of 9 on the play.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Patriots on the move.
The 31-yard line.
Maybe changing the play now. Silas Nelson they'll line up right behind Brock Green in the pistol set. Green takes the snap, throws it short. It's caught. There's a first down and ran out of bounds. That's Byers again. And let's see where they put him out. Looks to be the 25-yard line of the Huskies.
And great job by the Independence line to really hold the Herbert Hoover defensive line at bay, and you see how fast the momentum, how fast the plays are coming for Independence.
Yeah, they want to go like every 7 or 8 seconds, and now that time they went a little too fast, and I think it's going to cost them 5.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a false start by a wideout.
Yeah, I don't think he was set, and there's the call, and you're correct, Eric. It cost him 5. Take the ball back to the 30 and make it 1st down and 15.
And that's one thing, though, as a quarterback, he does a lot of things right, but you have to survey, make sure everyone's set before you give that signal.
So 1st and 15 from the 30. And Green out of the gun.
And Hoover's playing press coverage on these wideouts.
Maybe changing the play again.
Middle of the field.
The play clocks are down, so we can't tell you how much time's on the clock. Green is being forced out of the pocket, throws the ball downfield. It's almost intercepted. Yeah. But the pressure caused that by forcing him out of the pocket.
And that time, and I said that in our opening, you have to get Green off his spot. You let him set his feet, set in that pocket. He's going to throw strikes all night. But you got to get some pass rush and try to get him off his spot, rolling a little bit.
So from the 30-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 15. Of course, the clock stops on the incompletion. 5:06 for the quarter, which has been a very exciting, entertaining opening quarter. Green takes the snap. Pressure comes. Now they forced him out of the pocket. He steps up, going to the end zone, got a man out there, and it is caught for the touchdown. Byers able to haul it in the backside of the end zone, and Independence regains the lead.
Yeah, the big-time play by the freshman, great scramble as the defensive end is mauled by the tackle, the left tackle for Independence to really free up the passing lane. And
that was a 7-play, 74-yard drive. Green, a 30-yard touchdown pass to Byers. Independence regains the lead. They lead 9-7. The point after is up, and it is good. So fireworks here, Eric.
Early on.
4:58 left in the opening quarter. Independence leads 10-7. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets. Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, has quality cabinets, and they have great design. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. Hart's Cabinets at 304-252-2917. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join a league, or book your next party there at Leisure Lanes, 304-253-7328. And also the game being brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company, located right down the street here from Independence High School in Sophia. And they're hiring experienced underground miners. They offer a great wage, great benefits. Apply online at United Coal Company's Facebook page. Well, Eric, this is kind of like what I thought we would have. That's why I was so excited about this game. Fireworks, Independence 2 possessions, 2 scores. Herbert Hoover scored on their opening possession.
And the one thing we talked about last year's game was a 37-30 victory, 67 total points, and I look for this one to be a shootout too. But if you're Hoover, you have to find a way. The 2 possessions that Independence had, they look a lot better offensively, just pretty much driving it down Hoover's throat in the passing game. So Hoover's going to have to shore up that pass defense here early.
Lance Williams on the far side, he caught the touchdown pass that got Hoover on the board on the near side. Dalton Myers waiting the kick, and here it comes. And this will be returnable, or will it? Nope, it will not. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
Touchback on the kickoff.
So Hoover, their second chance on offense, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Last time they had the ball, that's where they started, and they had a 3-play, 80-yard drive and then ended up with an 81-yard touchdown pass from Grigsby to Williams. So we'll see what Herbert Hoover cooks up on their second possession. 4:58 for the quarter, 10-7 Independence.
And great special teams right there for Independence. Anytime you can kick it in the end zone and negate a return, that's good.
So there's Grigsby looking at the defense. Looked like there for a minute Independence was dialing up the pressure. They backed out of it. Like I said, the play clocks are not working, so we can't tell you what's on the play clock. They've got to keep it down on the field. And now might have to call a timeout. It looks like there's some confusion, and there is a timeout. So timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. 4:58 for the quarter. Independence leads 10-7. You're watching the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
So you're ready to get started on that home remodel? Then America's #1 exterior remodeler is here to help. For over 19 years, Window World of Beckley has helped homeowners in our area take care of their greatest investment. We make it easy to remodel your home with special financing options and convenient monthly payments. Because we are locally owned and operated, you can expect the best in customer service. We're excited to see what you have in mind. We look forward to helping you create the home of your dreams.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School. Out of the timeout, Hoover burns their first timeout. They'll run the ball right off the left side, and that's a good gain on first down out to the 25-yard line, maybe the 26. Let's see, well, they'll put the ball carrier. That time that was Blake Fisher on the carry.
Fisher with the carry. Gain 5 on the play.
Okay, Maris, I got a signal from our in-house, our resident former official Timmy Justice told us without the play clock on, when the back judge holds his hand up, there's 5 seconds
left on the play clock.
On the play clock.
All right, so Fisher's able to pick up 5 yards on the first down run.
He's not asking a question. He's signaling.
Right. Second down. Here's a pass play, and Independence is all over. There's a big hit and a sack as Grisby takes a big shot back inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, great push from that defensive line as the big boys up front for Independence come up with a sack.
So let's see where they'll put the ball down, just about the 16-yard line.
Yeah,
they got to get out to the 30.
That's a big old Carson Jones right there, big 6 foot, 303-pound sophomore.
But last time it was third and long, Hoover had Independence right where they wanted them. They hit the big play for the touchdown.
Yep, you got to play all 3 downs early, and right now, though, Independence is countered with 2 safeties high right there. You can't give up a seam here.
Set up for screen, maybe. Grisby's in trouble. There's a fumble, and Independence is on it for the touchdown. Independence able to get the sack. We talked about it, Eric. On top with all the skilled people up front in the trenches was going to be the difference, and Independence able to force a huge turnover and a touchdown as we watch the replay of the sack, and the Patriots able to score with their defense.
And I think that was Elijah Jones for Independence on the sack. I'm going to take a page out of your book. It's really hard to see the numbers on these gray uniforms with that sun shining.
So that makes the score now 16-7 with 3.5 to go. The point after, and it is good. So your new score with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter is Independence 17. The scoreboard just now went out. So we've lost all the power here.
Hey, so many fireworks.
Yeah, so many fireworks.
They shot the lights out of the scoreboard.
17-7. The stadium lights are on, but the scoreboard just went out, and the play clock has, of course, it's long been out, but the scoreboard after that point after, and they shot off the cannon, then the scoreboard went off.
Wow. So
we'll keep it here.
And Independence doing what they need to defensively, that second series, getting pressure on the quarterback. And even when Peyton Grigsby completed the touchdown, he took a big shot. So I think Independence will be fine with the results of that now that they're getting steady pressure on the quarterback.
So Independence will dial it, they'll tee it up rather. And let's see if we got the clock back on. We do not, so I'm not sure if we're going to have a stoppage of play. The score is 17-7, and I didn't see, Eric, did you, of how much time was left on the clock?
No,
I've got Chris Ferris here in the booth. Did you happen to see it?
No, it was like 5 minutes and some change.
5:28 maybe. As Independence is set to kick off. So, it's the opening night. Hey, it's the opening night for the clock too, right?
Yeah, it is.
And, 17-7 the score. I think there was 5:28 left in the opening quarter. And now we're going to see, I'm afraid to go to commercial because they might play anyway. So we're going to hold it right here. In fact, actually, it was less than 5 minutes because we have 3.5. 3.5 was where it was, Eric, right here you can see on our screen. So that's what's left is 3.5.
Now our screen went out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
there's 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And Independence has got it teed up and ready to kick it off as they lead 17-7. And, wow, we've got 24 points put up between the two teams here in the opening quarter. So let's see what we can do about maybe we're going to have a small delay here. And like I said, I'm afraid to go to commercial because I'm afraid as soon as we go to commercial, Eric, then it'll come back on and it'll kick it off.
And that's exactly what will happen. But you know what? It's always fun when we do a game early on because early in the season, usually we have some weather. The weather's perfect, but now we're having clock scoreboard issues.
Yeah. While we got a minute, I want to tell you our halftime guest will be Greg Shoup from Pioneer Bank. And also, while we got a minute, I want to tell you about the podcast that Eric and I do. And teams are going to their respective benches, so it looks like we're going to have a slight delay until they see if they can get power going on here. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hold that thought and tell you about the podcast, and we'll do it on the other side of the break as you're watching live streaming coverage of the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
You're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
All right, I'll take it back, and we come back to Independence High School. Right now we've got a slight delay because the game clock went out. Of course, the play clock went out prior to the game clock, Eric.
Yes.
It's 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and Independence leads 17-7. While we got a minute, we'll talk about the podcast here in a second. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Pasquale's has your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. They have catering. Private parties are available. You can book your event at Pasquale's at 304-255-5253. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. Allstate Insurance located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent, and you're in good hands with Allstate. And also, tonight's game brought to you by Spartan Factory. Spartan Factory has T-shirts, team uniforms, bags, hats, banners, and accessories. And, of course, we'll have some swag from Spartan Factory here next week, our video production swag. All right, Eric, the podcast you and I do, you may not agree with us, and we talk about high school football, the Raleigh County Report. We talk about college and the NFL, and it's where?
Oh, it's at YouTube Television, Warden Broadcast Network, and we talk a little more about a lot of more.
Motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty. The 1st and 15. Ball back to the 28-yard line. Pass intended for LoShawn Hampton, incomplete. Flag on the play. Personal foul on the defense. On the offense. Second down and 29 yards. Peyton Grigsby with the quarterback keeper. Gain of about 7 on the play. Third down. That'll bring a 4th down and long. punt goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It'll be first and 10, Patriots. Silas Nelson with the carry. Gain of a couple on the play. Ball at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 8. Silas Nelson. Flag on the play. Holding on the play. Ball comes back to the 46-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 20. Brock Green with the keeper play. Gain of a couple. Brings up 3rd down. And that's the end of your first quarter. Your Patriots lead 17-7.
Here, the Jeep is ready, and at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat, you're getting the best prices in Southern West Virginia.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
So you're ready to get started on that home remodel? Then America's #1 exterior remodeler is here to help. For over 19 years, Window World of Beckley has helped homeowners in our area take care of their greatest investment. We make it easy to remodel your home with special financing options and convenient monthly payments. Because we are locally owned and operated, you can expect the best in customer service. We're excited to see what you have in mind. We look forward to helping you create the home of your dreams.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Maybe, well, how do you know I don't have an extra finger? Yeah. Oh my God. That's okay. Let's take the exact change.
Jason Lexton with the touchdown. extra point is no good. Your score, Independence 23, Herbert Hoover 7.
You're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Welcome you back to Independence High School. Maris Lowry and Eric Thomas, 23-7 the lead for Independence with 11:51 left in the half. And, Eric, Independence has scored every time they've had the ball. They've got a field goal, they've got a couple of touchdowns, and they've scored with their defense. They've scored every way. They scored on special teams, as I mentioned, the field goal, defense, and Brock Green doing what he does, a big 48-yard touchdown pass. But they did miss that last extra point, but the Patriots lead 23-7, and here comes the kickoff. This will be returnable. And here comes Herbert Hoover with a nice return up across the 30-yard line and out to the 32-yard line. And for Hoover, that is Dalton Myers on the return.
And right now, if you're Hoover, you have to get something offensively going here, or you're going to be in for a long, long night here up on the hill in Coal City.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Hoover, as Peyton Grisby leads him out. Grisby does have a 81-yard touchdown pass, and he'll keep it. And that's not going anywhere. Actually, it was a direct snap. I beg your pardon. He didn't keep it. It was a direct snap.
And I think Hoover got away with two guys in motion at the same time on that play.
They sent that direct snap to Fisher, and he's not able to get anywhere. No gain, 2nd and 10. Grisby waits on the snap. Now looks over to the sideline, maybe trying to change the play.
They need to dig in the playbook, that being Hoover, and get quick hitters.
And as soon as you said it, that's what they do for a big play and a first down out to midfield. So, Eric, you must have been in the huddle as Hampton able to make the reception and a big play, an 18-yard pickup out to midfield.
And that's the formula, slants, crossing routes, some quick hitters. I mean, no slow developing plays.
Something to slow down the rush, maybe a screen or two.
Yeah, and right now, you can even look in the slot and try to get something quick.
And there's where they go, wide receiver screen. It's juggled and then caught.
What a catch. I thought that was going to be intercepted. It hit the helmet.
Yes. And that's Hernandez with the catch as we watch the replay.
On the replay, if you look at this, it hit right off of the helmet. Right here. Deflected off the helmet and caught. Good hand-eye coordination. Got away with one right there. But I still like the play call because if you're Hoover, you need something quick and those comebackers towards, the quarterback. Not easy completions, but you have to do something to negate this pass rush because they're bringing everything but the kitchen.
And we've got maybe a timeout by Independence. It's a 2nd down and 8 play, and Independence burns a timeout. So with 10:13 remaining in the first half, it's 23-7, the lead for Independence. I want to let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm's there. Also, the game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you can contact Exit Elevation Realty, Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. The website is exitelevationwv.com. Also, Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor. She can be yours. Located at Harper Road in Beckley. Well, we resume play here, Eric. 2nd down and 8 for Hoover at the Independence 48-yard line.
Yeah, and Hoover A few positive plays here on this drive, and you're not totally out of this game. So if you're Hoover, you just need to, stay the course with your offense and try to get some points on the board and keep that hot Independence offense on the sideline.
Yeah, this would be such a big drive if Hoover is able to capitalize and go down and score.
And you have two things going for you if you're Hoover. If you can, keep that defense of yours off the field, maybe go down, chew some clock up, get a stop, and get in at halftime and regroup.
Here's Grisby. He fakes, pulls it down, running. He's in trouble, and he'll throw an interception. Trying to throw it away, and this is going to be an Independence touchdown.
Looks like Nelson.
This is going to be Silas Nelson on the pick. About 49-yard interception return for a touchdown. And Independence has scored 2 touchdowns tonight with their defense, and now that might have been a big left hook to perhaps deliver a staggering punch. If it's not the knockout blow in the first half, Eric, it's a staggering punch, and it's now 29-7.
And to use your analogy, if it's not a knockout, you're on the ropes, and it's the ref coming in. That's a standing 8 count right now for this Herbert Hoover offense, because right there, if you're Peyton Griggs, you just have to throw that away. Nothing happening, and I'm sure he's a sophomore. He can learn from that.
Eric, as the point after is up and good, it looked like he was trying to throw it away, but I just think he didn't just do a good job of throwing it away.
Throw it away, like way away in the air.
So your new score with 9:54 left in the half, Independence 30, Herbert Hoover 7. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Little General Kickoff Classic on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Are you ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and...
You're back. Well, there's fireworks here at Coal City, Eric. 9:54 left in the half, and Independence 30-7 lead as they've scored 2 touchdowns with their defense.
And defense came to play, turned the tide, didn't hold their heads down after giving up the 81-yard touchdown pass, and they've dominated this first half.
Here comes the kickoff return. And there's the young man for Hoover that scored their lone touchdown. He's got a nice kickoff return across the 30, out near the 35 on the far side. That was Dalton Myers. Actually, the young man that caught the touchdown was not Dalton Myers. The young man that caught the touchdown pass was Lance Williams.
Yeah, Lance Williams.
Yeah, and that was Myers on the return. So Hoover will start this possession. Let's see where he went out of bounds. It looked like he got across the 30. He did, out to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 Huskies.
So that's where the Huskies will start on their own 33-yard line on the far hash mark. But Independence, and we've seen this over the last 4 years that we've been covering their games, how they can score in bunches.
Yeah, and once they get that offense rolling, that defense, the defensive game plan is called different because you're up. You can do anything and everything in your blitz package.
So here's Grisby. Now we got a flag, and they'll stop that play.
Movement by the running back. False start.
False start. That'll cost them 5. Take the ball back to the 28-yard line, make it 1st and 15.
If you remember, I said they got away with that the last possession before the interception. The running back wasn't set after the motion, so you pretty much had 2 people in motion.
So they'll take the ball back to the 28, make it 1st and 15. Hoover had a brief lead in this game at one point, 7-3, but Independence has scored 27 unanswered, and they now lead in the ball game 30-7 with 9:45 remaining in the first half. And boy, this first half has been moving at a snail's pace.
Snail's pace, even with the delay.
Here's the snap. Grisby, he's in trouble. He's scrambling, running for his life, makes a man miss. Nice, nifty run. Going to run for a first down. That was a nice play by the young quarterback, Peyton Grisby, to get a first down on the far side.
That was great. If all else fails, use your feet. way to climb the pocket right there. But this pass rush is really collapsing, as you can see here on the replay. And he did a good job in open field getting some positive yards. Independence rotating a lot of players in and out on this defensive front, and it's been very effective.
That was an 18-yard scramble to pick up the first down. Grisby takes the snap. He looks, throws, caught for another first down. That was a well-thrown ball, and able to haul that in will be Hampton. Hampton able to haul it in.
Yeah, no Sean Hampton right there with a good. If you look, Herbert Hoover has a young team. Both of these teams, very young, man. Going to be a handful for a lot of people.
Now, what do we got? Maybe a timeout.
Looks like a timeout
and
by Hoover.
No official's timeout. There's an injured player down on the field.
You think it might be a cramp?
Not really sure. Don't want to speculate. Looks like maybe is that Hampton who caught the ball?
Yes.
And he's getting up kind of slow. He'll have to come out of the game. But Hoover able to put back-to-back first downs, and they've got to get something going. But still a lot of time left at the half with 9:19 left in it.
And you're right. But the thing is, this is about the same point in the last possession where, the pick six was thrown. So had a couple positive plays that possession as well. But you have to string 7 or 8 together and get some points here because you have a deep hole that you dug. But like last year, remember, Independence was kind of up big last year, and Hoover was able to turn the tide. So let's see how this unfolds.
First down from the Patriot 43. Grisby, they force him out of the pocket. Sets, throws deep down the field. Got a man wide open. Caught for the touchdown.
Boy, that was
a beautiful throw and a catch by Blake Fisher. He hauls it in. And did Hoover need that as they go 3 plays, 67 yards, and they get a 43-yard touchdown pass from Grisby as he hits Hernandez, and what a beautiful play for the Hoover touchdown.
Was a beautiful catch. Nice thrown ball and much needed points for the Hoover team as with 8:56 remaining, Maris, in this second quarter to the half. If you can build off that momentum, get a stop because you get the ball to start the second half.
So Fisher able to haul that in, and Hoover now trying to tack on the PAT. The ball's down, the kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. And now your new score is Independence 30 and Hoover 14, 8:56 for the half. We'll be right back. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Are you ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead.
Herbert Hoover able to strike quick, Eric. That's what they needed. They were down 30-7. They went 67 yards in 3 plays. They got that 43-yard touchdown pass, and that was a thing of beauty. As Grisby able to throw it up there, and Fisher able to haul it in. The PAT good, 30-14. We got a long way to go. That missed extra point could come back and be a factor in this game. As here's the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, and both teams seem.
And this is a rule I don't like. Once you go into the end zone, it's automatically dead.
Yep, carries it over. It's an automatic touchback. But and you're right, just to speak on what you said, it was a much-needed touchdown. That's the obvious, thing. But
I don't know.
Let's see how this defense can capitalize because they've had Independence a couple of times, against the chains and gave up big plays.
Haven't been able to get them off the field.
Haven't been able to get them off the field. So let's see what they dial up defensively here.
Yeah, Independence has scored 4 touchdowns, 2 on offense, 2 on defense, and got a field goal to have a missed extra point for their 30 points. And Hoover with a couple of touchdowns, 30-14, 8:55 for the half. 1st and 10 Independence. They have the ball on their own 20-yard line. Green will set them up. This is the worst starting field position of the night for Independence. They'll run the ball straight ahead and gain 3 or 4 yards, and that looks like that is Nelson up inside, getting those tough yards between the tackles.
Yeah, and tough runner, and I'll reiterate, I think he gets better as the game goes on. I mean, he as you can see, he's been in that weight room, really put on some muscle. And when Independence is up like this, they're going to ground and pound and lull you to sleep and throw it over your head.
Green going deep, got a man wide open. Can they get him the ball? Just off the fingertips of Linksweiler. He was wide open, and what made it was the pump.
That was a hitch
pump
and go.
Yes.
Yep, hitch and go right there. And just out of the reach of Linksweiler. Can't bite right here, corner. Yeah.
Yep.
What a
He
play.
did bite.
So maybe look for Independence to come back to that. So on the incompletion, the ball's at the 24. It'll be 3rd down and 6, and a great chance for Hoover to get Independence off the field.
Yeah, and this is where Independence has probably been more efficient.
Here's Green.
They have rolled the pocket.
Hold that thought. Throw it out in the flat, and it's incomplete, and that's a 3 and out. So Hoover's defense for the first time tonight able to force Independence to punt.
Yeah, almost gave the touchdown up, but, almost only counts in hand grenades. You can get – you can almost be close to something with that, but Hoover got a much-needed stop. And let's see what they do in the special teams, because they have some guys that probably can take one to the house. And you said special teams would loom big in this, and now you can flip the field if you're Hoover and at least get the ball at the plus side of the field.
Let's see, maybe they're changing the football out, as it'll be the first punt of the night for Independence. Clock stops on the incompletion, 8:19 for the half, 30-14. This is a big momentum switch if Hoover's able to get the ball and go down and score.
Yeah, and the great thing is you can maybe punch it in on the plus side of the field. Let's see.
The ball's going to go out of bounds. Still good field position around the 45-yard line. There'll be no return, and they'll put it out maybe the 44-yard line.
And I think if you're Independence, I would take that. I wouldn't want to kick it deep. Early in the season, your special teams coverage guys may have some young guys in there, but Herbert Hoover right here now with a good field position, and let's see if they can build off that offensive momentum they created the last possession.
They actually are going to put the ball down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Hoover. It's excellent starting field position, and it's the best starting field position that they have had, and they'll have a 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. So Grisby, who's thrown 2 long touchdowns tonight, now they blow the plate Ed. Grisby has an 81-yard touchdown pass and a 43-yard touchdown pass. He's also thrown a pick 6.
Official time.
So there's official timeout, 1st and 10. They got the ball on their own 45-yard line. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Like I said, we haven't had play clocks. If you're just joining us, we had a power outage here that knocked everything out. Here's a low snap. Grisby will throw it in the flat. It's caught. And Eric, you talk about tackling in space, and Independence defended that pretty well. It's going to be maybe a yard gain. That's about it.
A lot of running for maybe 2 yards. Looks like 1. Yeah.
Yeah, they put him down at the 46-yard line, give him a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
But I still like the play call, because you're going to try to slow this pass rush down by getting the ball out of Peyton Grigsby's hands quick and getting to your skill players in space.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have a recap. We'll have our stats from Chris Farish. We'll have a halftime guest, Greg Shoup from Pioneer Community Bank. Here's Grisby in the pocket. They force him. He'll throw short. It's caught. Cross midfield into Independence territory. Hernandez makes the catch.
Yeah.
And then he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew where he was on the field, but try to turn that up, fella, and get some more yards, help your quarterback out right there. But now it's going to be a big 3rd down.
Yep, 3rd and 4 coming up at the Patriot 48-yard line. So some personnel shuffling in and out for Hoover, trying to get him aligned correctly. Grisby waiting on the shotgun snap.
bringing some pressure off the edge.
It's going to be a direct snap, and that'll be a first down run as the snap goes right to Fisher. They've done that one other time. I guess their version of what do they call it, the Wildcat, I guess that would be called the Husky.
The Husky.
And right up the gut, inside the 45 to the Patriot 44, and another set of downs.
And now Hoover's trying to go a little quicker here offensively.
And they'll do it again. And another little seam about 2, maybe 3 yards to the 41-yard line.
And I know the center's having some trouble with that low snap, and I hope that doesn't come back to bite Hoover, because a couple of them have bounced or have been very low, and that kind of throws the timing of the playoff.
Fisher, a 5'10", 190-pound senior, and that's the third time tonight he's taken the direct snap. Now it looks like they're singling in a new play. The ball is at the Independence 41-yard line. It's 2nd down and 7. And let's see what they do now. Grisby waits on the snap to throw. Will throw short. It's caught. Weaving through traffic, a first down and more, and a huge gain all the way inside the 20-yard line, all the way down to the Independence 19-yard line. That's Hampton with the reception.
Yeah, No-Shine Hampton right there getting it in his hands. Made a few people miss, and Hoover's cooking a little bit on offense now.
That's a 22-yard pickup, a nice yak, yards after the catch.
But I will say I like the adjustments offensively that Hoover, slowing down that pass rush with quick passes.
Here's a running play up inside, and they'll get that ball to Blake Fisher. He'll dive forward for a yard maybe. He didn't get much. They'll give him a yard to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, falling forward a little bit. Blake Fisher still trying to pound it between the tackles. I mean, Independence has to be pleased with that front, the way those young guys are playing up front.
This is a big series. Hoover's got a adequate field goal kicker, but they're thinking 6 right here.
Yeah, in this game, you need 7 to get back in.
Yeah, you need touchdowns, not field goals.
That's right.
Grisby to throw. Pressure comes. They force him out of the pocket. There's a flag. They're going to bring it back. Guys wide open for the touchdown, but this is going to come back.
Coming back quick.
And that's going to be a holding penalty.
Yeah.
As that was Hernandez. He was wide open, and that'll cost.
On the replay here, right tackle right there, grabbed him.
Yep, that'll cost Grisby his hat trick, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
But wow, so wide open, and you know what? That wasn't because of the flag. That play was wide open. So you need to still shore some stuff up on that back end of the defense.
Yeah, Coach Lilly out on the field. I think that's what he's telling them. We were fortunate, if you're talking Independence, that you got away with that because the receiver Hernandez wide open.
You call that a what? Busted coverage, because I think I could complete that one, maybe.
Ball goes back to the 28-yard line. It's a loss of 10. Well, actually, loss of 10, but the down remains because of the penalty. So it brings up 2nd down. They got to get to the 9-yard line to pick up a first down. Grisby takes the shotgun snap. They force him out of the pocket. He throws short, got a man. That was a little hot as he had a man open, and he threw it a little too hard.
Yeah, the pass rush got those feet moving a little bit and see what a penalty can do. Now it's 3rd down, and now you're probably out of field goal range.
Yeah.
You need
because you'd look, it'd be a 45-yard field goal if they don't pick up any yards. Maybe you try to pick up half of it and then kick the field goal. Because, you can't get back in it. You can't score 2 touchdowns on one play.
And you got to – what you have to do is try to get some points and not give this offense, because Independence just missed a touchdown.
Here's Grisby on the move. They forced him out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it under and run. He's going to get down to the 20-yard, and he may take a late hit. If they call it, they will.
Yep.
And that's what I said. That was a good call as he was hit, as he was on the white, and that will keep the drive alive.
Well, the thing is, he was giving himself up.
Yes.
There was no need. Personally, the guy was in bounds, but he's giving himself up.
But I'm saying he was getting to the white. Like you said, he gave himself up.
You know they're going to throw that flag.
Yes. We watched the replay.
Because, look, he's pretty much giving himself up.
Yeah, and actually he might be on the white when he got hit. Yes.
1 foot on the white.
Yeah, and that will be a 15-yard penalty, and that will keep the drive alive. They had him stopped, and that's a first down. That's they're called targeting. Now, I don't know about the targeting. It was definitely a late hit.
Wow. That's one where you have to be a little more disciplined, because you don't need that big hit right there. I mean, especially the way they call games now. And let's see.
I don't know about a targeting.
It was up around the head.
But it was clearly a late hit. Clearly a late hit, and that's a good call. You cannot – I don't know about targeting, but in high school you don't get ejected like you do in college. But nevertheless, it's a first down. It'll be first and goal right at the 10-yard line for Hoover.
Well, here's where sledding gets tough for Hoover. He can't pick a first down up.
And as soon as you said that, there's a loss as they give the ball to Blake Fisher, and he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, and I think right there you have to.
It's fourth down.
And the loss will take the ball back to the 13-yard line. Second and goal from the 13.
I said it's fourth down.
Well, it's not an automatic first down, but I thought that they had to get to the 9-yard line. I don't understand why this would be fourth down. Because if they had to get to the 9, that play right there would have been fourth down, the one that they just ran. Yeah, I think there's some confusion as to what down it is as Hoover takes a timeout. And I think that's why their coaches are talking to the officials. Because they had to get to the 9-yard line. He got hit at the 20. The half the distance would take it to the 10, which I don't understand why it doesn't carry an automatic first down.
Yeah.
So the ball at the 10, it should have been fourth down on the play they just ran. I don't know why they got the down over, because it was a dead ball foul. So I guess this is fourth down, and this is the 10th play of the drive. While we got a minute, we want to tell you that our games tonight is brought to you by Hart's Cabinet. Hart's Cabinet located at MacArthur. They have quality custom cabinets. Proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial up Hart's Cabinets at 304-252-2917. Also, the game brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have a 24-hour bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring in your family, join a league, or book your next event there, 304-253-7328. So it will be fourth down, Eric. The ball is at the 13. They got to get to the 9-yard line, but I don't understand. To me, any personal foul should carry an automatic first down.
Yeah, and the play call right there, you lose big time yards. And this is after the timeout, they're going to see what the defense is giving them and look for an all-out blitz right here, really coming after the quarterback.
4th and 4. Grisby takes the snap. They force him out of the pocket. He's rolling. He's looking to throw. He's going to try to get there. He dives. I think he's going to be a little short. I don't think he's going to get to the 9-yard line, and Independence is going to take over on downs, all depend on where they spot him.
Yeah, it's spot him right shy of the 10.
And he is short, and Independence will take over. So on downs, Independence defense steps up for a huge stop, and the Patriots will have the ball. They'll put it down right at the 10-yard line. Hoover had to get to the 9, and the ball will go to the 10. 1st and 10, Independence is they'll take over. They lead in the ball game, 30-14 with 4:26 left in the half.
Yeah, big defensive stop right there for this Patriot defense. And if you're Hoover, and you know that third down play right after the penalty was you can't lose yardage there, and that really turned the tide.
Here's Green, takes the snap, keep it himself. And he's not going to get much. He just barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
So if you're Hoover here, if you can get a big stop here on second down, you may.
Well, they've got two timeouts left.
That's what I was thinking. But if you get another stop, though, you probably want to keep those timeouts in your pocket.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 4-minute mark of the half.
And here's where not having that play clock really deters our analysis, because I don't know how much time is going to.
Well, no, that you think you're Independent. You really got to take care of the ball down here. Green. Pressure comes. He takes a big hit, and that ball was almost picked off.
Yes.
That was a very dangerous throw.
That was a dangerous play call there, because great closing speed right there by the corner.
Yeah, that was Hernandez.
That hung up there.
Or beg your pardon, that was Fisher.
Fisher.
Yeah.
Great closing speed.
And Green took a big shot as he delivered that. So it's 3rd and 10. The clock stops on the incompletion. So that's like a timeout for Hoover right there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're Independence, look for something. Oh, it's man coverage. One safety high. It's
Green
man coverage here.
Takes the snap.
It's man coverage. That's
got a man wide open down the center of the field. It's caught for a big first down out near the 40-yard line.
And I saw it by the alignment. That was –
Byers, he's had a big game. He stepped up big. The freshman for Independence was watching the replay. Green able to hit him right down the seam for a first down at the 39-yard line.
And I don't know if if the corner was in man and the safety was in zone, but or zone and the safety was walked over to the not strong side of the field to the short side of the field and was wide open.
That was a 29-yard connection. There's a official's timeout. I'm not sure they've got
a lot of those.
Maybe an injury as they're taking a player off the field for Hoover. And coming off the field is Shannon Mitchell. So now he goes to the far side.
Now you have press coverage over here with the backup on the bottom of your screen. Look for a go from Linksweiler.
Green to throw, going deep. Got Linksweiler on a go, and he's able to not make the catch. Nice defensive plays. It's broken up. Good hustle that time by Dalton Myers for Hoover to break that, and we got a penalty flag thrown.
But
I was watching the play. I didn't see the flag.
The offensive team from Independence, though, they recognized the backup was in and went right at him.
There's a holding penalty on Independence, and that will cost them 10 yards, bring the ball back to the 29-yard line, make it 1st and 20. At halftime, we'll recap the first half. We'll have stats from our stat man, Chris Farish. We'll have Greg Shoup from Pioneer Community Bank on. Of course, Pioneer Community Bank, not just our post-game show sponsor, but also sponsors throughout the game and a lot of things we do on video productions. All right, 1st and 20. They'll throw a screen out to the far side, trying to get some of that penalty yardage back, and a nice gain up over the 35, almost near the 40-yard line. And I can't quite tell the number on those gray jerseys. Byers hauls it in. He's had a big first half.
Another freshman, correct?
Yep. So the ball's out to the 37-yard line. They'll ruck from the pistol set. Green takes the snap. It's a handoff. And that's tough sledding. Nowhere that time for Silas Nelson to run. No gain. Bringing up 3rd down. So they'll keep it at the 37-yard line. They've got to get out to the 49 to keep the drive alive. Maybe they go for the home run here, Eric. Is it going to go empty? With receivers to the bottom top of your screen. Green takes the snap. Has time. Throws on a slant across the middle, and it's a little high, and it's incomplete, and that'll bring up a punt. And we don't say this too much. Independence punting back-to-back drives.
Back-to-back drives, and you know what? Hoover did a good job of keeping the pocket a little messy for Green. But anytime you give him a chance to set his feet, he's going to put it on the money. So you have to keep that pocket a little messy for him, get him off his mark.
So Hoover will have 2 timeouts when they get the ball back. We're under 2 minutes for the half. 1:54 left in it. Here's the snap. Here's a kick. Wow, that's going to be straight up and out of bounds. And what a short field.
Yeah.
It's going to go out inside the 4, or nope, let's see.
Wow, that's
to the 40. Well, he walked
I was going to say it's going about 37.
Yeah, I don't understand why he walked up past the 40, walked down, and it's going to put the ball down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Bears. He was going. He had to go one direction to go back the other way.
I suppose he did.
Okay.
So a short field for Hoover, and they're going to put the ball down at the Patriot 36-yard line, and golden opportunity for Herbert Hoover with 2 timeouts left. And actually, they say they got 1 timeout left with 1:49 left in the half. So here's Grisby. Takes the shotgun snap. Sets in the pocket. Down the seam. It's caught for a first down to the 10-yard line. That's a beautiful connection to Hampton.
Yeah, no Sean Hampton here on the replay, but good seam route in between the safety and the linebacker, man. The corner, look, great pass. And right now they have their offense rolling, but they don't need what they've had recently is a back-breaking hold penalty or something right now. But this can get you right back in the game if you score here. If you're Hoover, because you get the ball, the pending kickoff start the second half.
They'll put the ball at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal for the Huskies. Here's a running play right up the middle. They'll move the pile down inside the 5 to about the 4. That's a nice run that time by Blake Fisher.
And wouldn't you say that was probably the biggest gain of the night for Fisher?
Yep, and let's see where they put him down at. Put him down at the 4-yard line.
Yes. But now you
second and goal.
Yeah, you can still run your offense. 50 seconds on a turning clock.
Let's say they might go direct snap here to Fisher, and that's what they do. Right up the gut. He's not going to get to the goal line. He's going to be stopped about the 2-yard line and bring up a third down.
Yeah, but this is gutsy because the strength of the defense right here is the middle of the defense, for Independence.
And Hoover's going to take a timeout with 36 seconds left, so they're thinking, look, that's their last timeout.
Yeah, 2 plays.
So now they got 2 plays. They're probably going to throw it here. While we got a minute, I want to tell you that the game tonight is brought to you in part by Finity Coal. Finity Coal Company located right down the street here from Independence High School in Sophia, West Virginia. They're hiring experienced and underground miners. They offer a great wage, great benefit. You can apply online through the United Coal Company's Facebook page. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have your favorite Italian dishes, and they also have sandwiches, salads, and seafood. You can dial them up at 304-255-5253. And the game brought to you in part tonight by Allstate Insurance. Your Allstate agent is my Allstate agent. They can be yours, too, with Lori Richmond, and you're in good hands with Allstate, 304-252-8646. So, Eric, I'd say these next couple of plays could be maybe the 2 biggest plays, at least of the first half.
Of the first half.
Because
if you're Hoover, it really all relies – you really need this. And if you're Independence, you don't want the ghosts of last year to creep back up because they were up big last year and gave up the lead in the second half to a Hoover team.
As I said earlier in the broadcast, when they went up 30-7, maybe the knockout blow or a staggering blow, but Herbert Hoover has come back and they get the direct snap and they get the touchdown right up the gut. And a direct snap to Blake Fisher, and Hoover, after being down 30-7, have now scored back-to-back touchdowns, and they've cut the lead now to 30-20 with 32 seconds left in the half. What a first half of football we've had.
Great first half of football, and that gets the Hoover contingency up on their feet and back into this contest because it seems like the latter part of that second quarter, Hoover was able to garner the momentum and kind of silence this Patriot crowd.
So after Independence got a big defensive stop, they had the short punt, and they gave Hoover the short field, and Hoover needed 4 plays to go 38 yards and get into the end zone, actually 36 yards for the touchdown, and then the final play there, the 1-yard run by actually a 2-yard run by Blake Fisher of the PAT Good. Your new score is Independence 30, Hoover 21, 32 seconds left here in the first half. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Spartan Factory. Spartan Factory has T-shirts, team uniforms. They have bags, banners. Check them out at Spartan Factory, WV.com. Of course, we'll be having swag from Spartan Factory. We're looking good. I need all the help I can get to look good, and I'll look good from Spartan Factory. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Pepsi is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. And we had our pregame meal at Giovanni's Mamma Mia, located in Leicester Square in Sophia and in Glen Daniel. We'll eat there tomorrow when we're at Liberty. If you're not Italian going in, you'll be Italian coming out. Mamma Mia. All right. What's been a very long but very entertaining first half. Eric, this first half is almost, it's been an hour and 22 minutes.
Yeah, I think once you speak in the pregame about loving these 7 o'clock kicks and your curfew was, or your go to bed time was 10:01, I think the fix was in.
Here comes a squibber, and it will be returned from the 10-yard line.
It's a running lane to the right here.
And the ball's out. It's a fumble, and it's going to be picked up for Hoover, a scoop and a score, and it's fumbled into the end zone. They're going to say he crossed the goal line before he fumbled, but it's a Hoover touchdown.
Well, he definitely broke the plane before the football came out, and that's what you don't need.
So now both Independence have scored twice on defense.
Let's see.
And this is the special teams, but he looked like he fumbled when he crossed the goal line.
He was in the end zone.
Touchdown, wow, just like that, and all of a sudden it's 30-27. It was 30-7 not that long ago, and now an extra point away from making this a 2-point game. Oh, my.
And getting the ball to start the second half. And not so fast, my friend, and I'm saying that in honor of my man Lee Corso, Marins. That's a big, like him or not, he's been a college football fixture, and so he's retiring Saturday.
Yeah, it's his final game day up in Columbus. But, wow, what we've got here, what a turn of events. And after Hoover was down 30-7, and they were staggered, they came off the mat.
I told you they were
standing 8 count.
Standing 8 count.
So Hoover trying to tack on the PAT and try to get within 2 points.
And you said something early in
the kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good.
You said something early in the first quarter when it was 23-7, Maris, and I'm going to give you your props. You said that missed extra point could come back
to haunt them. Yeah. My goodness. So all of a sudden.
Because now a field goal at this juncture gives Hoover the lead.
With 21 seconds left in the half, 30-28. And, I would say if you're Herbert Hoover, Eric, you would squib it like you did the last time. If you're Independent, you might want to take a knee and get in the locker room.
Yeah. No, if you're Independent, you have some playmakers back there. Just as you fumbled right now, right on that possession, you have players that can make plays and take it to the house. You still play your game.
So we've had a little bit of everything. We'll have stats with Chris Farish here at the break.
I think his pencil's broken, this first half.
Yeah, that shows you he's – what? He's so good, I don't know why he uses a pencil. He doesn't need the eraser. He don't make mistakes.
He has that old school pencil, guys. You know how all our listeners now, these kids have those pencils that you load the lead in. He's got the old number 2. The old number 2.
So Hoover now with the momentum. Independence once at 1 point led 30-7. It's now 30-28. Shocking turn of events. This kick is deep, and Independence probably does the smart thing, let it go in the end zone. I think if you're Independence, I would just take a knee. You'll have the ball on your own 20-yard line. You do have 2 timeouts left with 21 seconds, and like you said, Eric, their style is maybe not to take a knee and to see if they can air it out.
Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Patriots.
So they have the ball on their own 20. Hoover can't stop the clock. They don't have any timeouts left, but wow. The Hoover sideline was quite a minute ago, down 30-7, but just like that, 3 touchdowns, 3 unanswered touchdowns, and they're right back in it at 30-28. And it looks like Independence will take a knee and get into the locker room.
And listen at the Hoover faithful. I can hear them through the headphones. They're fired up right now.
Also want to tell you about Direct Choice. Direct Choice is a new lot. Rick Lewis runs that lot at Direct Choice as there's the final play of the half. And Direct Choice, the new car lot there between Massey Power Sports and right there between Cranberry School and Massey Power Sports. All right, at the break, it's Independence 30, Hoover 28. We'll be right back with our halftime with the Massey Power Sports halftime show on the other side of this second quarter break as you are watching live streaming coverage of the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School at halftime. What an exciting first half of the first game of the 2025 season. It's a 2-point lead for Independence, 30-28. And Independence had a huge lead. It was 30-7. And then we blinked, and it's 30-28. With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. We have a very special halftime guest, Greg Shoup, the president of Pioneer Community Bank. And, Greg, we appreciate you coming on at halftime and appreciate everything that Pioneer Community Bank does with video productions and in all of local high school sports.
Absolutely. That's one of the focus points that we have in Southern West Virginia is focused on our communities that we serve. Of course, we've got the office here in Sophia and what we carry through McDowell County. And you know, in the last 6 years, you've watched us grow, Maris. I mean, we've opened the office there in Beckley and now on Harper Road, and excited about what the future holds for Pioneer.
And, you know, Greg, I tell you, with all the offense and the addition we had in that first half, we're going to need those good bank machines that you have in Pioneer Community Bank to total up all the points. Wow, that was a fantastic first half.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. If you like a little bit of everything, how about this? You had Independence scoring with special teams with a field goal, Hoover getting a touchdown with special teams on a fumble return off a kickoff. You had an interception return, the offenses, big plays. We had a little bit of everything in that first half.
You got it. I'd love to know what the passing yards are on the first half.
Well, we will have that momentarily. Where's our stat man's here somewhere? And
he said his pencil. He had to go
he probably needs one of them Pioneer Community Bank calculators to total up all the offense.
You got that right. I mean, they threw it all over the field, both teams.
So what all is going on with Pioneer Community Bank? I'm in your place of business from time to time, being a customer there, and you guys have really branched out since I remember. It's like about 25 years ago when you first opened the first branch here in Raleigh County after being in McDowell County for such a long time.
That's exactly right. We continue to focus on the community. We invest in our schools. We really hate that we don't have the Independence at Liberty game anymore. But tomorrow night we got Battle of the Views. We got Riverview and Mount View in McDowell County, and excited about what we can do for like I said, the kids around here. It's that's what it's about.
Yeah, and we appreciate everything you do, because without you and sponsors like you, we can't have this possible. But, you know, so let me ask you this. We saw what took place in the first half, and I said at the time when Independence missed that extra point, and they were up 30-7, and I said, wow, that was a big left hook. And Eric said, yeah, that was a standing 8 count. But I said that extra point might come back to haunt them. So what do you think we'll see in the second half?
I'm telling you, it's who wants it more. It's who wants it more, because you can tell these teams are both in your face, and let's get after it.
Well, the one thing about it, I think the team's going to win is the team's going to have to take care of the football in the second half.
Absolutely. You cannot
have turnovers.
You can't put it on the carpet.
No, you can't, because we saw Herbert Hoover with the scoop and score, and it looked like Hoover was trying to throw the ball away, and Silas Nelson got the interception return for a touchdown. Just big, exciting plays. And, you know, that's really, when you talk about Independence over the last 4 years, the success they have had with, you know, a runner-up, a state championship, back-to-back semifinal runs, it's because they make big plays.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've watched it for the last 4 years.
Yeah. You know, it's like maybe you talk about baseball. It's like they hit a grand slam with nobody on base.
That's right.
Eric, we'll let you jump in here.
Hey, well, I'll jump in and say, reiterate what Maris says, and people need to understand, our listeners and viewers. A lot of people take for granted what local businesses do to infuse, stuff in the community. And I switched to Pioneer. I'd been a Star bank with Star for years, where I'm in a union, a credit union, and my wife said, no, we're going to pull it out. We're going to support the local bank, and people just really need to realize that's what goes on to keep these kids. You know, you help with meals sometime. You know, you sponsor a lot of stuff.
Hey, Greg, you can see who the smart one is in the Thomas household, right?
Yeah,
the wife
that's right.
sent him to Pioneer Bank.
Yeah, Regina, she calls the shots. Yeah, I get that. No, and you know, thinking about community banking as a whole, I mean, we're located right here in Southern West Virginia. Every dollar that we make gets reinvested right here in Southern West Virginia. We try to fund these kids. We give scholarships to all the local high schools. And in all honesty, we're just trying to do it one branch at a time, and that's the way we roll.
So I got to ask you this final question before I let you go. How do you keep Sam Hall awake, keep him from sleeping? Because I know his office is right next to yours.
Dude, we just videotape him and blackmail.
Well, Greg, we appreciate you taking the time coming up here at halftime. And once again, keep up the good work with Pioneer Community Bank.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap the first half. At the break, Independence leads Herbert Hoover 30-28. We'll be right back after these messages as you are watching watching the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia, here at Independence High School. Maris Lowry, Eric Thomas. And, of course, we have Chris Farish, stat man, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing at the break, 30-28, the lead for Independence. We're going to go over your halftime numbers. Your halftime numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is the new automobile lot located in Beckley, and Rick Lewis doing a great job running that. And that lot is between Massey Power Sports and also Cranberry Elementary School on your way to Crossroads Mall. If you're headed out from Beckley toward that way, stop by Direct Choice. They got and the reason it's Direct Choice because they got so many good choices, and it is direct right there on their lot, and Rick Lewis and the gang will take care of you. All right, Eric, this might take a while. You got all kinds of numbers to talk about in that first half.
Well, the numbers, they bear what the score is. Right now, total offense, Herbert Hoover leads the way, 238 total yards to 220 for Independence. So this just shows you, like, the way Independence went out to a big lead was because of turnovers and the tide has changed. But what Independence needs to get going, as I go over the stats, this will shock you. They have 220 total yards, but only 47 on the ground. And right now, Silas Nelson has 8 carries for 28 yards, and Brock Green 4 carries for 19. And when your quarterback is like right on the heels of your star running back, you need to get that ground game going. In the passing game, though, Green right now is 9 of 16, 173 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that's what Hoover's going to have to make some adjustments for. And the receiving yards are we talked about those freshmen right off the bat, and Vyers, the young freshman, has 5 catches for 104 yards. And Laxton, the other I don't think Laxton is a freshman, a senior, has 1 catch for 48 yards to lead the way and a touchdown for Independence. On the flip side, Fisher, not much on the ground for Herbert Hoover as well. The senior came in, big time back, has 9 carries, 21 yards, Maris, and a score right before half to cut it to a 2-point game. But Peyton Grigsby has really stayed in there. He was under duress most of that first quarter. He is 11 of 15 for 225 yards and accounted for 2 touchdowns for Herbert Hoover and 1 for Independence as he threw a pick 6. So it shows you where his head is at, though. He stayed in the game and mentally in the game, and has his team right there in this contest. And real good balance from the receivers for Herbert Hoover, as they have, the big play guy, Williams, had 1 catch for 81 yards. Of course, he leads the way with a touchdown and 81 yards receiving. But they have 3 receivers with 3 or more catches on the evening, and that's really helping them spread the ball out. And I think that's the formula for Herbert Hoover in the second half. To negate that pass rush, they need quick passes, to really get it to their playmakers in space.
It was kind of 2 halves in one. It was 3-0. Independence scored on the first drive. Hoover went up 7-3, and then if you blinked, it was 30-7, just like that. But then Hoover able to score just the way Independence scored. Independence was able to strike with, like you said, with their defense scored twice on a fumble and a pick, and then Herbert Hoover able to answer back and able to get a big turnover, a scoop and score on a kickoff, and Hoover with 3 straight touchdowns to climb within 2 points, 30-28, and a missed extra point for Independence looms large now. And now it's anybody's game in the second half. And Eric, I think you'll agree, no matter who comes out on this on the short side, the loser of this game is still going to be really tough to deal with moving forward.
The winner of this game, separate classes now, but either way, both of these teams are going to be heard from come postseason, because you usually make your biggest jump from the first game to the second, and both of these teams are well coached, and they both play. This is a playoff caliber game. A lot of points. Defenses are giving up some big plays, because both of these teams are not afraid to play press coverage. Put your guys out there on the island, and sometimes you're going to get beat and burnt. But I really think 2 high-level teams here.
All right, we'll take a break here in the Massey Power Sports halftime show, as we're about 7 or 8 minutes away from kicking off the second half. At the break, it is 30-28 in favor of the Patriots. We'll be right back as you are watching the Little General Kickoff Classic, streaming live here on Video Productions.
Here, the Jeep is ready, and at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat, you're getting the best prices in southern West Virginia. Top off, doors open, sunshine pouring in. This is what summer freedom feels like. Your next adventure starts here at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat in Summersville, where everybody rides. Because summer's better with a Jeep, and the best deal around.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
So you're ready to get started on that home remodel? Then America's #1 exterior remodeler is here to help. For over 19 years, Window World of Beckley has helped homeowners in our area take care of their greatest investment. We make it easy to remodel your home. with special financing options and convenient monthly payments. Because we are locally owned and operated, you can expect the best in customer service. We're excited to see what you have in mind. We look forward to helping you create the home of your dreams.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter Nick Eskins producing and directing, and the heavy hitter senior is on camera. It's 30-28 at halftime here as we welcome you back into the Massey Power Sports Halftime Show. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you can contact Luke Richmond, the broker, and Steve Morgan, the associate broker. Their website is exitelevationwve.com. Also, the game is brought to you by Heather Cantling, who's your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor. Now, on the screen there, she's changed locations, and we'll get that updated, but she's at Harper Road at Beckley. Her number is 681-254-0097, and she can help start planning for your retirement as I did with her 4 years ago. And last but certainly not least, brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets and design services. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. Well, Eric, tomorrow you and I will be in Glen Daniel. We will have Doddridge against Liberty. That'll be the first time ever that will take place. Also on video productions, Bill O'Brien and Mark Montgomery will be at the new Pete Colacerto Field, being I guess the word is named in his honor tomorrow. And Bill O'Brien has said Mark Montgomery will have that. It'll be Washington from the Eastern Panhandle and Beckley. And also we have a crew in St. Albans that will have Shady and St. Albans. So this is the first weekend of the season and also the first time in starting our fifth year, Eric, that we've had all 4 Raleigh County schools on video productions in the same weekend.
Yeah, exciting times, and it's great that we have 2 crews and how much we've grown. I really thoroughly enjoy covering these area high schools, man, and it's good for the environment. And you know what? I love how we have viewers, and a lot of people said, hey, you do that on TV, nobody's going to come to the games. I wish they would come and see these stands. Packed. Right now. It's packed.
Also, we got to talk about our podcast, Eric, that you and I do, and it's called You May Not Agree With Us. But, and we have a Raleigh County roundup. We talk about the high schools in Raleigh County, the middle schools, plus we talk about some of the other local high schools, as well as college and the National Football League.
Yeah, definitely got to talk about that pro football, because all these roads from your Pee-wee football, middle school, high school to college leads to the NFL.
By the way, speaking of the NFL, Eric, you have some breaking news of the National Football League.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is now with the Green Bay Packers.
And you know what's odd about that? Or maybe not odd. You know, Dallas Green Bay play this year.
Yes, they do.
And if I'm not mistaken, I do think it's in Dallas.
Yeah, it's in Dallas, so we'll see. We'll probably get sacked 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Well, all right, we're ready to start the second half. And, you know, like I said, if you're just joining us, man, where have you been? We had the stadium, all the power went out. We lost power, no fault of our own. The only power we had was on the stadium lights, but there was no lights in the press box. The scoreboard was out. The play clock has been out the whole time. As we get ready to, actually they put another 3 minutes on the clock. I know they do this all the time, even though we wasn't sure they were going to do it.
So what are they going to do? Bring the captains out to the
I guess they will. So that gives us a chance to take one more break, collect our breath, and get ready for the second half. I think we need to collect our breath before we get to the second half.
Correct.
30-28, the Patriots lead. We'll be right back here on Video Productions as you're watching the Little General Kickoff Classic.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School here in Coal City, West Virginia. Maris Lowry, Eric Thomas. We've got the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, the stat man, Chris Farish, Carla Jones with us. And we also have on camera the heavy hitter senior. And what a first half we've had, Eric, and we're ready to start the second half. And Hoover's going to get the ball working left to right, and Hoover was down 30-7, and you blinked your eyes, and all of a sudden it's 30-28. Hoover had one lead early in the game where they led 7-3 and then got behind 30-7, as I mentioned. But now they get the ball, start the second half, and a chance to regain the lead.
Yeah, and this second half opening kickoff looms big if you're Independence. You want to snuff this first drive out because this will, if Hoover's able to go get points, this will be 3 consecutive drives that they were able to score on.
Yeah, 2 drives in the fumble return.
2 drives in the fumble return. Yeah, so, but offensively it'll be two drives in the third.
It'll be 3 drives if they score on this, right? 3 out of 3 drives in a fumble recovery. Here we go. Ready to start the second half. 30-28 the lead. This will be returnable from the far side from the 12-yard line. And it's going to be across the 20. And going to be a nice return across the 30, out over the 35. A nice return by Herbert Hoover, and I couldn't quite tell who that was that brought the ball back. But like I said, nevertheless, a really good return. So they're going to put the ball down across the 35 at the 37-yard line.
And let's see defensively here. Let's see if Independence goes back to a lot of what was working in that first quarter, because they were, after it was 7-3, they were really able to dominate the rest of that quarter, first quarter defensively, and put a lot of pressure, not bringing a lot of heat, with their linebackers and just playing base defense and really getting after the quarterback.
Peyton Grisby, the transfer from Capital. Now they've overload here to the near side, and they get the ball out, and Independence is ready for that. That play had no chance as Blake Fisher on the reception, and they'll hit him for a loss back to the 32-yard line. They'll lose 5 on the play.
And what a great play that was Landon Phelan for Independence. Big number 11 right there, was able to ward off the blocking attempt by the wide out and really just bag that up. And just what you drew up at halftime if you're Independence, get them behind the chains, and now you really can dictate how you play defense these next 2 downs.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 from their own 32-yard line. This is the first possession of the second half. Independence had led at one point 30-7. If you're just joining us, Grisby takes the snap. Pressure comes. He's in trouble, and down he goes. It's like a jailbreak, just like no avenues for Grisby to go, and Independence able to bring a fierce rush and a huge loss all the way back to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and that rush was led by Mr. All-Stater himself, Landon Riddle right there, and this Independence team looks inspired the first two plays of the second half as they've really turned the tide. And right now, you're going the wrong way if you're Herbert Hoover, because a punt will give Independence a chance to flip this field position.
Yeah, they got to get all the way out to the 47-yard line to keep this drive alive on this third down play. Maybe they'll go a little screen and just try to get some of the yardage back and room for their punter.
Or something quick over the middle, as you see room behind the linebacker right here.
Grisby takes the shotgun snap. He's under duress.
And he missed the guy right across.
He's going to take off and run. He's got a nice gain as he gets across the 30, 35, takes a big hit as he's knocked out of bounds, but still a pretty good gain, even though he's going to be well short of the first down. He gets out to the original line of scrimmage at the 37-yard line.
And gave the punter some breathing room, as we see here on the replay. Nice scamper here by Grigsby, and able to give the punter some breathing room. And as we saw in the first half, what a shank punt by Independence did for the offense of Herbert Hoover. So if you're Hoover here, you want to get off something good and try to pin that offense back.
So it's a 16-yard gain, but like I said, well short of the first down. So it'll be 3 and out for Hoover on their first possession of the second half. And it'll bring up a fourth down punt. And there's the snap. It's a low kick. It'll take a big bounce. And Independence is just going to get away with it. Actually take a pretty good Hoover roll, rolls inside the 30. And that's where Independence will have its first possession of the second half.
And we got a flag here, and I think it might be on Independence or offsetting, as the stalk blockers were getting into it on the ground. So
see the flag on the far side. And let's wait and see what the call is going to be. The ball rolled back inside the 30. Which, like I said, turned out to be really good for Hoover, back to the 28-yard line, and we'll wait for the call.
And let's see.
They've set the ball down at the 28-yard line.
And Hoover's not acting like it's against them. As you can see, that they may be walking this off the other way.
So we'll wait for the official to give the signal. I guess maybe they're going to pick the flag up.
Are they offsetting?
I don't know. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Independence.
Yeah, and that's one of those.
And now they'll mark it off, and from the 28, that'll take them back 15 yards. That's a huge penalty. Now they'll be starting the opening drive of the second half back in the hole, back to the
13.
13. Yep. Yeah, that's a huge penalty, a 15-yard penalty. So from the 13, Brock Green from the gun. It's a little pitch here, a little counter, and that's a good tackle, good hit. And a very minimal gain, if any gain, is that time Hoover defense was ready for that.
Well, you know, initially that looked like it was going to go for some yards, and the Hoover defense was up to the task and stopped at 4, no gain.
Yep, so 2nd and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Here's Brock Green. Rolls the pocket, looks to throw. He's got his man. It's caught over the 20 and gets out to the 25-yard line, and that will be enough for an Independence first down.
Yeah, much-needed first down to dig out of this hole. And great ball placement, great catch, and a little yak after the catch.
So from their own 25, a new package it down for Independence, their first possession of the second half. They led at one point 30-7. Hoover scored 3 straight times to make it 30-28. Here's a running play. And it's a nice gain across the 30 and out to the 34-yard line. And let's see, that looked like it was Silas Nelson, but I'll tell you, I'm having a hard time with the lights on. The jerseys are gray and the numbers are so light, it's very hard for me to see that.
Yeah, Silas Nelson right now, and I think look for them. At halftime, he had 28 yards on 8 carries. So look for them to, really get him going this half.
Yeah, he got 9 on that first down carry. Here's another run and a first down across the 40 as Brock Green able to keep it, and he'll get out to the 42-yard line. So Independence right now, Eric, moving quick. That's the tempo that John Lilly wants his team to go. Want to go quick from their own 42 on first down. Running play. That's Nelson. They'll move the pile just shy of the 45. It looked like they need to blow the whistle. It looked like they held him up for a long time before they blew the whistle.
And that's how, some injuries can happen. And, Nelson just a load to bring down. And Independence starting to get a little rhythm right now and get it going.
Gain of 2 out to the 44, 2nd down and 8. 7.5 remaining third quarter. And here's Brock Green waiting on the snap. Be another handoff and a big hit and a loss that time. That was a nice defensive play that time by the young man Blake Fisher.
Yeah, big time way to come up and support, run support from the corner position.
And they'll give it no gain.
Yeah, but this is where Independence has had Herbert Hoover's number. 3rd down, been able to convert, a lot of 3rd downs.
So it'll be 3rd and 8. Independence will go empty. Green waits on the snap.
Man coverage, you better loosen up.
Here comes the blitz from the backside. They'll throw the ball out in the flat. It's caught. Should be enough for a first down. As it was a nice job by the receiver across midfield to haul it in and move the sticks. And let's see who that is.
I think it might have been one of the young freshmen.
Byers, maybe. The ball's out across midfield to the 47-yard line.
No, that was for Independence. Let's give him his props. Making the catch was Caden Bradbury.
Bradbury. Like I said, with these jerseys, and nothing too, the numbers look like kind of crinkled up on them. It's really hard to tell in this particular uniform that Independence wears. But nevertheless, the first down at the Husky 47-yard line. Here's a handoff to Silas Nelson. He'll get a couple yards to the 45 and bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, another good methodical drive here by Independence. We got a timeout on the field here because of a player losing his helmet.
Well, Eric, in years past, Independence had very few 9-play drives. This is the 9th play of the drive. They were like 3 plays and a touchdown, 4 plays and a touchdown. This team has that capability, but they also can be very methodical and eat clock if they need to.
Yeah, they do. They have that capability, but, it's 7 either way do you get it. And sometimes using this clock will keep that defense, your defensive front, keep them fresh.
Here's Nelson. Quarter. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's not going to get much, but now it's turned it into a pretty good play. And the Herbert Hoover player was trying to punch the ball out. The crowd didn't like it. That was Hampton. He was trying to punch the ball out.
Punching at the ball.
Yeah, which is a legal play.
It looked like right and left hook, but, he was going after the football.
And they'll put the ball down at the 41-yard line of Independence, or Hoover, rather.
And the Boo Birds come out here.
But
on the hill.
You can punch the ball out, legal play. So from the 41 of Hoover, it's 3rd down. They'll need about 4 yards here.
Yeah, and they've had their number on 3rd down.
Here's the handoff, and it's going to come up short, 4th down, no question. They'll go for it.
4th and a long one.
Yeah, they hand the ball to Silas Nelson off the right side. He gets inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
And you can bet that Silas Nelson is getting this football right now.
Yeah, so it's be 4th and a yard. And obviously, they were going to go for it. That's why they ran it on that play. Yeah.
If you're Hoover, don't jump, hard count. Even from the pistol, we saw it the other night in the scrimmage.
Scoreboard just went out again, Eric.
Oh, here we go.
So the clock went out, the scoreboard went out. If you're just joining us, we had that earlier.
Well, you know what's going to happen. I hope they don't cut the whole.
We went off the air, and everything went out. And now a major juncture in this game with 4:45 left here in the third quarter. It's 4th and a yard. It's 30-28, and now we don't have a score. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We lost power in the press box. Nothing we could do about it while you were away. Independence on the 15th play of their drive that started on the 13-yard line. Brock Green just threw an interception in the end zone. So Herbert Hoover will take over on their own 20-yard line. We can't tell you how much time's left in the third quarter because there is no game clock. And of course, Eric, we haven't had the play clock really the entire night. So just really nothing we can do about that. And so here at Independence High School, they've had some issues here in the press box. The scoreboard went out. We never had play clocks all night, and now after the interception, Hoover takes over down 30-28 as they run the ball right up the middle with Blake Fisher, and he'll get out to the 24-yard line. So, Eric, it's obviously there's no way for us to know how much time's left in the quarter, but it's still a 2-point game at 30-28 in favor of Independence.
Yeah, and like as you stated, what was it, a 17-play drive?
15. It was a 15-play drive. They threw the pick on the interception.
An interception in the end zone. And,
right.
The momentum, once again, as Independence jumps on the play and making some uncharacteristic mistakes, that can maybe cost you to lose the game. And Herbert Hoover stayed the course. Both teams are playing well enough to win, but I think from here and at this juncture in the game, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, man, can pull this one out.
One of our workers texting us, want to make sure we're good to go. That is Morgan Brown, now Morgan Payne, that just got married, and we appreciate Morgan tuning in on the penalty. The ball goes out to the 29, 3rd and 1. There's the connection and a first down on the far side, out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and that was a nice strike thrown by the Grisby, the quarterback. So, of course, Morgan Payne, she will be my volleyball partner, and we're a couple weeks away from getting our volleyball season started on Video Productions. That's a Hoover first down out to the 40-yard line.
And Hoover right now, Maris, is cooking a little bit with some, outside the numbers completions.
Grisby down the middle and overshoots his receiver. That's incomplete, and that'll be 2nd and 10.
Well defended right there, and over the middle as they try to hit another quick seamer. But I think Hoover needs to go back to, trying to throw quick hitters on the outside or quick slants to really maybe try to get behind the linebackers, because the linebackers for Independence are giving the cushion. They're dropping in coverage a little bit, or because they're not honoring the run. If you can get in between, some quick hitters in between there if you're Herbert Hoover.
2nd and 10 for Hoover. We don't have the time on the screen because we don't know the time because the scoreboard is out. If you're just joining us, it's already happened. We have no scoreboard. We have no clock, no play clock. Here's Grisby to throw. Throws into flat, makes the connection, and this will be about a 5 or 6 yard gain depending on where they spot Blake Fisher as he makes the reception across the 45 and out to the 46 yard line.
Yeah, and once again, living in the middle right here, and good play call. So this will be, 3rd and 5?
3rd and 4. They got to get to midfield to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. And, Eric, when the scoreboard and the lights and everything went out and we lost power in the press box, we were close to the end of the 3rd quarter. Yes. I think it was under 5 minutes left. Here's Grisby to throw, under pressure. He's got a man. It's a first down.
Wow.
And that all the way to the Independence 45-yard line. Nice reception by Aiden Hernandez.
And a great tackle, I think, by Bradbury right there, because if Hernandez slips that tackle, he had a lot of green grass, or should I say turf, in front of him. Might have scored.
So it's a first down for Hoover at the Independence 46-yard line. Grisby, the Capital transfer, sophomore quarterback, to throw. They throw it short, and it's picked off. It is intercepted. As that time the ball hit Hernandez right in the hands. Yes. He's not able to hang on to it. He juggled it right into the arms of an Independence defender, and the Patriots get a huge takeaway.
Yeah, and that's going to go down as an interception in the column of Grigsby, but right there, that ball was right on the money, and wide receiver, I think that was Hernandez trying to run before he really
caught it right there. He should have caught it. You're right, ball hit him right in the hands.
You catch it, and unfortunate bounce, but it's a game of bounces and inches in a big momentum play right here for this Independence football team.
So on the turnover, Independence will start this drive on their own 46-yard line, and he'll go heavy to the near side. Green will go empty, waiting on the shotgun snap. He pumps, he looks, pressure comes, he's in trouble, he throws off his back foot, and it's intercepted.
Yep.
And back the other way, Hoover gets the turnover down the far sideline, and Hoover is in business as they brought pressure, and they get the pick. Yeah. And on the far sideline, making the interception was Lance Williams, who scored earlier in the game on an 81-yard touchdown reception, and now he gets a pick.
And, right here, if you look, where the pocket is not clean, and that's just Brock Green right there trying to do a little too much. I know he may have tried to throw it away, but that's right there. You got to take the sack, live to play another down, and now back-to-back turnovers for both teams
on
consecutive plays.
Well, on back-to-back plays, Green has thrown 2 interceptions, one in the end zone in the first play on that drive. And now Hoover's in business to try to regain the lead. They have the ball at the Independence 38-yard line. Short field, 1st and 10. Grisby waits on the snap.
Mayor, see, if you can see in this formation, look at the slot receiver for Hoover. If those linebackers walk up, the safety is playing 12 yards deep. Middle of the field's wide open.
They throw the ball short to the far side. It's caught. There's some running room. And it looked like that play might go more than what it actually did, but they do get the ball down to the Patriot 35-yard line.
3 yards.
Got 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. So 2nd down and 7. And, you got to be thinking that we got to be getting close to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it was, 40 seconds?
It was something. It was 4 something, but we got to be getting close to the end of the third quarter, I would think. From the 35.
Looks like it was Hoover going 2-by-2 again in the pistol. Let's see this same formation.
And maybe that's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, it was 40 seconds left in the quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, your score is Independence 30, Herbert Hoover 28. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
You're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, Chris Farish on stats. We're starting the fourth quarter, and as we start the fourth quarter, Eric, it'll be 2nd down for Herbert Hoover. They have the ball at the Patriot 35-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
Different formation coming out now. It's 3-by-1, 3 at the top of your screen, wide outs. Look for the bubble here.
Here's Grisby. They force him out of the pocket. He's on the move. He looks to throw, got a man down there, and he overshot him. Actually had a guy short and a guy long, and he threw the ball in between, and it comes up incomplete.
Yeah, right there is like to have that pass back because got to stop to set those feet, but Independence in pursuit. It's easy to say up here in the press box. Yeah, right here.
So the one thing, we don't have the time on the screen. That's because if you're just joining us, we've had issues here in the press box. In fact, we had the whole power go out, and we've missed a little bit of the game because of that. But here's a huge play here on 3rd and 7 from the Independence 35. Grisby takes the snap, throws far side, and they can't make the connection, and that'll bring up 4th down. So we can't tell you how much time's left in the game. They're keeping it on the field, Eric, and I'm sure the players know it, but it's hard for us to really, as you said, really call and analyze what's going on in the situation, not knowing the time.
Situation, and it looks like right now Herbert Hoover, Independence might be as Herbert Hoover dodged a bullet with the turnover, Independence might have dodged a bullet here with 4th and a long 7.
4th and 7. And Independence's defense bailed them out earlier in this half.
Yeah.
So the Independence faithful shouting for their defense to see if they can come up with a big stand here on 4th and 7 for Hoover at the Independence 35. Grisby waits on the shotgun snap, takes the snap. Sets in the pocket. They force him out. There's a hold maybe. They don't call it. Grisby throws down the field. It's caught for a 1st down near the 10-yard line at the 11. Looked like there was a hold, but they didn't call it. And nevertheless, it will be a connection and a 1st down for the Huskies.
Yeah, it's only a hold.
If they call it.
The replay, if they called it. And, it was close, but nice strike as Grigsby moves the Huskies into the red zone.
Yeah, to the 12-yard line. That's a 23-yard connection on 4th down and a huge play. And Grisby coming
to his left.
To his left, throwing it back against his body and almost getting near the sideline. And he threw a strike.
And now here we're going to go with the Husky, as you called it. A little direct snap to the running back.
And that's Fisher. He'll take it. They're stringing him out. He cuts it back up inside. He gets inside the 10 to the 5, runs over a player and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. And Herbert Hoover has regained the lead. They've come all the way back from being down 30-7 to take a 34-30 lead on that touchdown run. And, wow, what a play and what a drive for Herbert Hoover. 12-yard touchdown run for Blake Fisher. That was a 5-play, 38-yard drive for the Huskies.
So points off of turnovers, 14-7 now, Huskies.
Yeah, after Independence had turned it over, and Independence threw a pick in the end zone and then came back and threw a pick there that led to this touchdown. Points. Right. Well, they might go for 2 here. They're up 34-30, and it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, go for 2 here, and that keeps a field goal in play for you late in the game.
So they're going to go for 2. What a huge 2-point conversion this is. 34-30 the lead for Hoover. They're going to run, and that's going to go nowhere as they snap the ball back directly to Blake Fisher. But they do get the touchdown. Your new score here in the fourth quarter is Herbert Hoover, 34, Independence 30. We'll take a break. Be right back as you're watching the Little General Kickoff Classic here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Are you ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company, located here in Sophia, West Virginia, right down the street from Independence High School. And they are hiring experienced and underground miners, and they have great wages, great benefits. You can apply online through the United Coal Company Facebook page. All right, we're told what, Eric, 11.5 to go?
11.5 to go in the fourth quarter.
And here's the kickoff. It's a 34-30 lead. Hoover, we're down 30-7 at one point. There's a return over the 20. And not quite to the 25. Couldn't quite tell who that was, but they get put down at the far side on the field at the 25-yard line. So from their own 25, this is where Independence will start this drive. Independence led, as I mentioned, at 1 point 30-7, but how the momentum has switched in this game.
Yeah, back and forth. A game of, as you said, the 2 heavyweights right now going toe-to-toe, and as with 11 and a half to go, right at 11 minutes, this game has a lot more fireworks left.
Big drive for Independence. They've turned it over on their last two possessions. plays. So here's Green, 1st and 10, and he's the type of player, you think about the next play, don't worry about the last play. And this one starts with a run, and that'll gain a couple yards, maybe 3 or 4 yards. It looked like it wasn't going to go much, and then Silas Nelson kind of spun over and got 3 or 4 yards out of that.
Got those 3-4 yards completely on his own right there. Looked like a good run blitz. Fire zone blitz, right up the gut, trying to get to the quarterback, and Nelson was able to pick up a tough 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 yards to the 28. On 2nd down, they'll give the ball to Silas Nelson again, and that time he's going nowhere as he is stood up. And he might get a yard maybe, but that's about it. It's a big 3rd down coming up.
Maybe that Hoover crowd, you can hear it across the way right now. They're feeling it. All the guys that made the trip down from Clendenin are smelling a little momentum shift here.
3rd and 7, Green. Pressure comes, throws the ball, got a man wide open. Can he get it there? It's broken up. Looking around, no flags.
Well,
Independence wanted the flag. They won't get the call.
Yeah, the pocket wasn't as clean as Broad Green needs right there, and kind of short-armed that one because the player was out there and just not enough on it.
Well, these last 3 possessions, a pick in the end zone, a pick that set up a touchdown for Hoover, and now a 3 and out.
So if you're Hoover right now, you're looking to really at least try to get a field goal out of this next drive.
And if you're Independence, your defense has really got to step up on this possession.
They do.
Here comes the snap.
They're capable, don't need a shank.
Here comes the punt. It's going to hit and take a good Independence roll, goes inside the 35 to the 34, and that's what Herbert Hoover will take over, leading in the ball game 34-30. They were down 30-7 at one point. Tonight's game, we want to tell you about Direct Choice. Direct Choice, Rick Lewis now running Direct Choice, and it's a great lot. It's there between Massey Power Sports and Cranberry Prosperity Grade School, and Direct, and they got great choices. That's why they call it Direct Choice.
That's right, Direct Choice. Go get you a ride.
So 1st and 10 for Herbert Hoover. They have the ball on their own 35-yard line. And let's see what they'll cook up on the first down play as Grisby now playing with the lead.
And he's only done that, once in the first quarter?
Yeah, they led 7-3. Now they've regained the lead 34-30. They'll throw it short. A little wide receiver screen, and that's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as Independence defended that well.
And it was defended well, but also the wide out right there, Maris, as he catches it, it's what they call the tunnel screen, but you have to get upfield. Great pursuit by the Independence defense for a loss of 2.
Yeah.
Or did they
loss of 1 back to the 34. It'll be 2nd and 11. Like I said, this is a big series for the Independence defense. The clock is down. They're keeping it on the field. I got to think we're under 10 minutes left in the game. This is such, because you think you're not going to have that many possessions left.
Yeah, and if you've seen Herbert Hoover's halftime adjustments, they've taken the running back Blake Fisher. Well, he does a lot. He's everywhere, and he's been in the slot a lot more this half.
Here's Grisby to throw. He's under duress, steps up in the pocket. He's going to try to run, and he maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He doesn't get much. Yeah, they give him a yard to the 35 and going to make it 3rd and 10. But the biggest thing is that Herbert Hoover at halftime, they took Mr. Moe with them to the locker room, and they've got the only points here of the second half.
Yeah, and they took the momentum there, and it seemed like Independence was about, to take that momentum back as they got an interception and promptly turned it right back over on the first play from scrimmage on their initial possession. So right now it's a stalemate, but something big. Independence needs a big play here.
3rd and 10. Pressure comes. Grisby's in trouble, and he's sacked all the way back to the 20-yard line. And Independence, as I said, Eric, they needed a big defensive series, and they got it to force a 3 and out.
Yeah, big-time blitz, and made a sure tackle right there. And fortunate holding on to the ball if you're Herbert Hoover. And Independence has a chance to flip the field here with Herbert Hoover punting deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they're going to put the ball down at the 23-yard line, and it will bring up 4th and long punt time for the Huskies.
So long snap. This is going to be fielded inside the 10 from the punter. This is a big juncture in the game right here.
And he bobbles the snap, got it off, got a pretty good kickoff considering. Ball's going to hit and take a Hoover bounce, or actually right there an Independence bounce. But if you're Hoover, considering everything, you're probably pretty good.
Hey, and if you're Independence, a sigh of relief because that could have been close to so with 7:41 left in the contest, this is the possession right now of the game for Independence.
So Independence will take over on their own 46-yard line. They trail in the ball game 34-30.
And they need a touchdown.
Yeah, down 4. They led at one point 30-7, and Herbert Hoover has scored the last 28 points, or last 27 points rather, to take a 34-30 lead. Here's Brock Green waiting on the shotgun snap. Back to throw. Pressure comes. Throws near side. Caught. Linksweiler trying to break a tackle. The ball's out. And is it out of bounds? I think Independence got a break. He fumbled it and it went out of bounds. It'll be a first down as he's right inside the 45-yard line.
And we got the replay here. And look right here, what a shot he takes in the back. And the only thing saved him is the other offensive player for Independence, which was the sideline at this point. But Hoover's looking to bring a lot of heat. But when you do that, you leave your guys out there on the island. So
they marked him short, but Silas Nelson able to pick up the first down on that carry, and they'll put the ball down at the Hoover 43, waiting for the referee to put the ball down. He hadn't put it down yet. They're going to change the ball, and let's see if he puts it at the 42 or the 43. Maybe the ball getting a little damp.
Hey, just a little
damp, maybe like
dampness, little dew on the ball.
Yeah, this little time of night, as they'll put the ball down at the Husky 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for Independence. They have the power here to the near side. They'll run the ball again up inside. Good hard running as they move the pile down to the 36-yard line. Nice hard run by Silas Nelson. He's been the workhorse carrying the ball here tonight.
Yeah, and this is where Independence, that you can make your money here with Silas Nelson. You need a touchdown, but you may not want to score too quick.
From the 36, they throw the ball. Linksweiler not able to hang on. But, Eric, I think in a game like this, you just want to score. I don't think there's such a thing as scoring too quick.
That's true.
But on Linksweiler not able to haul that in, and brings up a 3rd down play from the 36 of Herbert.
So, yeah, you're exactly right. Your biggest thing, you have two downs to pick up this first down. You just don't want a turnover here.
So 3rd and 6. Green from the gun. Keeps it himself. Up the middle, he'll fall forward as he lunges to the 35-yard line, and it's going to be a big 4th down coming up. So the ball's at the 35. They're going to need every bit of 3 yards here, Eric, on this. This is a huge play, obviously, on 4th down.
Obviously, this is if you're Hoover, you'll want this initial stop, and I don't know how much time is left in the contest. With 6:14 to go, this is
Green
definitely
rolls
the play.
Under duress, throws the ball deep, got a man out there, and it's caught. It's caught on the far side down near the 10-yard line for a 1st down. Maybe just shy of the 10, a huge play.
And this ball hung up there. If you're Herbert Hoover, you're like got to be in position right there. But great completion, and had pressure on them, made them roll a little bit, and big pickup for the Patriots.
Here's Green with a handoff, Nelson, and he falls forward maybe a yard. There wasn't much sledding right there as Hoover shuts any of the running gaps. He might have got a yard. That's about it.
So the good news is that they picked up that 1st down, but what is it? 3. Yeah, 2nd and goal to go now.
2nd and goal from the 9.
From the 9-yard line. So it's nervous time up here on the hill at Independence.
You got to think this might be the game for Independence if they don't score here. Green takes the snap, rolls the pocket, looks to throws short. It's caught down near the goal line, and it'll be 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, and this is a great completion because now your whole playbook is open. Silas Nelson's limping around a little bit, but I would hand it to my bell cow right here. Tell the big guys up front to get 3 yards.
Yeah, they got 2 downs in order to pick up 3 yards.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, Eric, we're probably getting close to 5 minutes left in the game.
Probably the 5-minute mark right here, and this is a little stack eye right here.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little power.
Little Bridgeport action. Bridgeport runs this.
And Nelson he gets to the goal line, but he's not in. He's shy of the goal line. He gets right to the goal line, but he's not across. It's 4th down. And you think they might be able to quarterback sneak this one.
Yeah, exactly. You got a 6'4", 200-some-pound QB. I'm getting under center and getting it across.
Yeah, you would think that right here, right on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
4th down. Green, quarterback sneaks the push, and he looks like he's crossed the plane, and he's in for a touchdown, and Independence has regained the lead. That was a 10-play, 54-yard drive, and really the play that made that drive was that big fourth down completion by Brock Green.
Brock Green.
And there's the touchdown by Green, and Independence has regained the lead. This is such a huge extra point.
Yes.
Because it's 36-34, and you got to make it so a field goal doesn't beat you if you're Independence. 36-34, the kick's on its way. It looks good, and it is good. So your new score is Independence 37 and Herbert Hoover 34. Wow. I'll tell you what, Eric, the rest of the 2025 season's like this. You and I are in for quite a treat.
I was just sitting and thinking of the final score from last year's contest between these two. Ended up 37-30. Hoover coming out victorious. And so this is setting up, is this going to be heartbreak or a heavenly victory up here for the Independence Patriots?
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Pasquale's has all your favorite Italian dishes, plus they have sandwiches, salads, and seafood. They also have private parties and catering, and you can dial them up to book your event at 304-255-5253. Also, the game brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. Lori Richmond, she's my agent. She can be your agent, too. And you're in good hands with Allstate. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. Well, Eric, you got to believe that if Hoover's to win the game, they've got to do it on this drive.
Yeah, and what they have to do here, if you're Independence, you want to cover this kick. You want to make them. You don't want them to get a big return here. You want Herbert Hoover to have to drive the length of the field where you can really put pressure on Peyton Grigsby.
Of course, they need a field goal. Field goal would tie it. Of course, touchdown gives them the lead. They'll squib it. It's a big high hop, and it will be picked up at the 20-yard line. To the far side, nice return out of bounds up across the 35, almost near the 40, and I believe that was Williams on the return.
Yes, it was.
And good starting field position for Hoover on what could be the game deciding drive.
Yes, and probably right at 4 minutes or a little under to go. 4:06 to go in the contest. And like you said, Maris, this is the defensive.
Offense. Whoever's going to win the game is
going to win, man.
Probably on this series.
In a heavyweight battle, you wanted to come down to the final series of the contest.
From their own 35 with first down. They go empty. Grigsby waits on the snap. Independence might have jumped. Nope, looks like maybe they got away with it. Or actually they got back, rather. Now maybe changing the play.
Looks like pressure coming off the edge right here. For
Grigsby, the snap is low. As you mentioned, the pressure. Grigsby on the move. He's in trouble, and he's just got to run out of bounds, and he's going to lose about 5 yards.
Yes.
Yeah, he runs out of bounds at the 30.
And it's the snap. The snap right there.
The snap was low. It threw the play off.
Throws the timing of the.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. The loss back to the 30-yard line. So 2nd and 15 from their own 30. And as you called, Eric, the pressure was coming from the far side. But like they say, the snap really threw the play off.
It throws off the whole rhythm of the play.
Seems like Hoover's taking a long time, though. They're changing the plays as they signal it in. Grigsby will check the wristband. 2nd and 15. And that might be delay of game. Like I said, that was taking forever. And I think they will get caught with the delay of game because they looked like they were confused. They were changing the plays. They were looking at the wristband. They didn't know what they wanted. Yeah. And that will cost them 5 more yards and take the ball back to the 25.
Going in reverse.
And now it'll be 2nd down and 20. So Grigsby from his own 25 on 2nd and 20. Once again, another low snap. Flag is out. Grigsby's in trouble, and he'll have to throw this one away as he throws it here in the stands. And let's see what the flag's going to be. The near side judge threw the flag. It makes me think either someone moved soon or someone was offsides in the neutral zone. Let's see how it's going to go. But these two plays to start this drive, the snap's been low. And with the snap low, it looks like the penalty is going to be against Hoover. And if you're Independent, you take the result of the play. But the snap hasn't been good, and that's thrown the timing off because Independence is dialing up the pressure. So they will decline the penalty and make it third down.
3rd and 20. The only thing can bail you out right now if you're Hoover is a pass interference.
Well, that or if you actually hit a pass play, which they got the receivers to do it.
Yeah, they do. They do, but this pressure is.
Well, the snap has been the key thing. With the pressure they're bringing, by the time Grisby's able to collect himself on the low snap, the defenders are all up in his face. So third down, Grisby, another low snap. Pressure comes up the middle. Grisby's in trouble. He eludes it. He looks to throw. He's backpedaling. He throws. It is caught for a first down at midfield.
You see how
what a
set
beautiful
his
play.
feet.
And Blake Fisher able to haul it in. Actually crosses midfield to the Independence 49-yard line.
This is a play. This is the way he sets his feet, squares his shoulders, and throws a strike. That's a big-time play right there. Big-time
What
play.
a huge conversion on 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20, pick it up. 3:44 on a rolling clock right now for Herbert Hoover.
And now Herbert Hoover want to take their time. They overcame 2 penalties on that drive to convert.
2 major penalties. I mean, 3rd and 20.
So from the Independence 49-yard line, what a sensational throw and a great catch by Fisher. Here's another throw out in the flat. It's caught. That's another first down as Hoover gets the ball all the way to the Independence 35-yard line, and that's key with the reception.
Yeah, and he's spreading the wealth right now, and he's gunslinger right now.
That'll pick up 14. 1st and 10, Hoover at the Independence 35.
Man, if you're out here watching this game, man, the viewers, you're getting everything you signed up for in this contest.
You're getting in August what you might get in December.
Yeah, exactly right. Both of these teams are going at it.
And it comes down to this, really, as I said, when they got the ball to start the drive, it comes down to this drive. But Hoover taking a lot of time, milking that clock. There's the snap. Grisby throws, and it's intercepted. It should have been caught, intercepted down the far sideline, and that might be the undoing of Hoover. That ball was on the money, and the receiver couldn't haul it in, and on the deflection, Independence able to pick it off.
Two great play right here. As you see, I mean, ball hit him right in the hands, and that should do it. Heavy dose of Silas Nelson right here, and Independence will get out of here with a victory.
They'll take over on their own 42-yard line.
3:03 remaining in the contest.
3:03. Hoover's got.
How many timeouts?
I think they have 3 timeouts remaining. Like I said, there's no way to know because the scoreboard went out. We lost power here in the whole press box. We were off the air for a little bit. We've had a little bit of everything, haven't we, here on opening night? But Independence now, you think, like you said.
Heavy dose of running right here.
Whether it be Brock Green keeping it or handing the ball off to Silas Nelson. Want to milk that clock, force Hoover to burn timeouts.
Yeah, you see now they're running out of that. Have an up back right now. You're getting Nelson.
1 first down, and Independence could probably seal the deal. And here's Silas Nelson on the carry. And he gets tripped up, but he still got a nice gain out to the 45. And you think Hoover would probably take a timeout here. Let's see if they do. He picks up 3. They elect not to take a timeout.
Yeah, I think you do it on 3rd down if you can get a.
Well, they got 3 of them.
Yes.
And here's the thing. If you're Independence, I guess, I'm sure the Independence coaches are letting Brock Green how much time is on the play clock, how much time, to be able to manage it. 2:45 and counting. So the ball is at the 45-yard line. Figure they're going to run it again here. Force Hoover to maybe try to burn one of those timeouts. And Independence moved, and that'll cost them 5. And that stops the clock and back them up.
Yeah, one of those mental mistakes late in the game, contest that you don't really need.
That'll back them up 5 to the 40-yard line. And like I said, it'll stop the clock. So on the penalty, they'll mark it off back to the 40. We've had everything. We've had defensive touchdowns. We've had field goal. We've had special team touchdowns. We've had big plays on 3rd down. We've had good quarterback play. And the thing about both of these quarterbacks, when they've made a bad play, they've responded by making a big play.
Yes, they've
made a better play than what. Obviously, they made a bad play, but the good play was way better than the play was bad.
Yeah. Good quarterbacks on any level. You have short-term memory.
Got to think about the next play, not the last play. Here's a run, as we thought they would. And now it's going to bring up third down. There's no gain that time.
Now timeout.
As Silas Nelson gets the carry, and then, as you mentioned, Eric, there's the timeout.
No gain on the play.
So on third down, you got to think
you
that
don't want to throw it. You don't. I mean, you might want to, a little out of the backfield pass, but you want to make them burn that timeout.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Spartan Factory. They have T-shirts, team uniforms, bags, hats, the whole works. And wait till we get our new swag. I mean, I got to have something to make me look good, and I'll have it when we have our new video production swag from Spartan Factory. You can check them out. Their website is thespartanfactorywv.com. Also, the game brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Pepsi is a proud sponsor of local sports, and boy, I could use a blue can about right now.
Definitely could.
It's been a tremendous game. And last but certainly not least, where we had our pregame meal tonight, Giovanni's Pizza, Mamma Mia, locations Leicester Square and Sophia and Glen Daniel will eat tomorrow for the Liberty game. Giovanni's Pizza. If you're not Italian going in, you'll be Italian coming out. You capiche, Mamma Mia. All right, big third down play for Independence on their own 40-yard line.
2:45 to go in the contest.
Eric, they got to get across midfield to the 48 of Herbert Hoover. And if they do that, then they can run out the clock. But I'm with you. I don't think they'll take a chance on throwing it. We'll see.
Straight quarterback keeper. You have man coverage here.
And now Independence will have to burn a timeout. Apparently they didn't have everything set. So I think that's a wise timeout. If you're not sure, you don't want to take a chance on nothing.
I think they probably got into something to see what the defense was going to do, and little cat and mouse here.
Well, we got a minute, Eric. We want to talk about our podcast. You may not agree with us, and that's the name of their podcast. And we'll have the Raleigh County Roundup. We'll talk about the 4 Raleigh County schools, their games this week, who they'll play next week. And you can catch that where?
On YouTube TV
and
Warden Broadcast Network.
And
WBN.
when you can catch it? You can catch it normally. We've been recording. We will be going live, but we recorded on Monday, and it's shown like Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning, have it out.
Yeah, and it's late Monday, so if there's breaking news, it's got to happen while all of us are in bed for us not to have it on our podcast when it's released on Tuesday morning.
That's correct.
All right, out of the timeout. It's a third down play for Independence. They have the ball on their own 40. They got to get across midfield and got to get to the Hoover 48-yard line. We've had a little bit of everything here tonight. The game's taken forever. We've had the power go out. We don't have a scoreboard. We've never had the play clock. The power went out in the press box. We've had a little bit, like I said, of everything. But here's a big third down play. Green, he will throw it. He looks to throw. Going deep, trying to seal the deal. It's out there. It is broken up at the last minute. It looked like there was going to be a catch, and at the last minute, Hoover able to break up the pass, and now that'll stop the clock on the incompletion, and Hoover will have one more chance at it, Eric, to try to tie the game with a field goal or perhaps win it with a touchdown.
Yeah, and I haven't coached a day in my life, and I understand the play call. The play call was there, but I still think you ended up punting anyway. But you killed the clock. I think you run the ball there.
Well, I'm sure Coach Lilly, you trust your quarterback. You trust your players to make plays.
You do.
But nevertheless, it's punt time. There's a kick. It's coming here to the near side. It'll take a big Independence bounce, and it'll roll down near the 20-yard line. It goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So that's where Herbert Hoover will take over. And we got to think Eric? Got to think close to 2 minutes left?
Yeah, probably just under 2 minutes.
We're trying to find out how much time, if we know how much time's left. About a minute 22. So that's a minute 22.
One timeout left, right?
One timeout left, and Hoover will have the ball on their own 22-yard line. And you got to be thinking, if you're Independence, just don't give up the big play. So let's see what Hoover will cook up on this first down from their own 22-yard line. Grigsby waits on the shotgun snap. It's a low snap again. Pressure comes. He steps up. He's in trouble. He throws off his back foot, and is it caught? It is, for a minimal gain out almost, not quite to the 30. Got about 5 on the play. Play took a lot of time, though. At the 29. But here's the thing, though, Eric. The last 3 or 4 snaps have been low at Grigsby's feet.
Yeah, and that's because of those big guys up on the center, that the beef in the middle for Independence.
Grigsby waits on the snap. Here comes the pressure up the gut. Grigsby will step up into the pocket. They drag him down for a sack at the 25-yard line. And we talked about it, Eric, way back when. It seems like 3.5 hours ago in the pregame.
Yes.
The difference was going to be up front with all the skilled people out on the field. That as Hoover burns the timeout, that we thought we would have a shootout here tonight. We thought, as we knew, both teams with the skilled players that they have, that when it was all said and done, the team was going to win the game, was who's going to win the war up front, and that's been Independence.
And it's a shame that
up to now.
It's a shame that, that's why they keep score. Somebody has to lose, but you shouldn't hang your head if you come out on the wrong side of this. If you're Hoover, you got a lot of stuff to build on, and this is a daggone good Independence team. I don't care, AAA, AA. They're 11. Their 11 is as good as anybody's.
Well, I'll say this: whoever loses this game, obviously they're going to be disappointed, but the loser of this game is still going to have a really good season, and I think definitely they're going to qualify in the respective class in the postseason.
Yep, definitely. Both teams will be pushing for the playoffs.
So from the 25-yard line, it is third down. We're told there's 45 seconds left in the game. They got to get out to the 32 to pick up a first down. So they got 2 downs to make 7 yards, and now Independence calls a timeout. Why Independence calls the timeout? Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, the game is brought to you by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you can contact Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the assistant broker. Their website is exitelevationwv.com. And also brought to you by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley is your Edward Jones financial advisor, has a new location up on Harper Road, and she can help you plan for retirement. She helped me plan for retirement, and if she can help me, she can definitely help you. All right, Eric, here we go. If you're Independence, you're thinking you
keep everything in front
of you. And if you're Hoover, you might can throw short and try to run for the first down. Because I think if you're Hoover, unless you get a guy, you get a guy streaking wide open, you just want to get a first down.
Yep. And if you're Independence, as they're doing, I'm putting way more guys back in coverage because you've been able to really get pressure with your front four here in this fourth quarter.
But this game has had everything, and it comes down to these next 2 plays. Or if Hoover can convert here and keep the drive alive without having to go to fourth down. So we'll see. The main thing is the pressure Independence has put on Grisby. Grisby looks, he'll throw it short. It's caught. And let's see, this will be a first down out near the 40-yard line. That's a nice play. Blake Fisher on the reception.
You got to clock this one.
Well, the clock will stop momentarily to set the change for a first down out to the 40-yard line. And we'll see if they do clock it. They'll put the ball just shy of the 40 at the 39. And once they get the chain set, they'll start rolling the clock.
Well, good play call right there at that middle screen.
Yeah, it looks like they're not clocking it because they're taking a lot of time to get the snap. High snap. Grisby able to handle it. Pressure comes. He's in trouble, and down he goes. And, they haven't had problems with the snap until really these last couple of series.
And 3-man rush right there, and we got to give my man his props. That was Alex Blankenship, a senior, big-time senior, coming up big for the Patriots.
There's a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here and let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur. They have quality custom cabinets and design services. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial Hart's Cabinets up at 304-252-2917. The game also brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. And they have a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join a league, or book your next party there. Call them up, 304-253-7328. And by Infinity Coal Company, located right over the hill here from Independence High School. They're hiring experienced and underground miners, and they offer great wages and benefits. You can apply online through the United Coal Company Facebook page. Well, Eric, we've got to be running short on time. Like I said, the clock went out in the first half, and they got it back up, and then when it went out the second time, we've never been able to get it back up.
Yep.
So we got to think, I'm going to look to my stat guy, maybe 30 seconds left in the game?
Yeah, I'm guessing it was 45 with that play. So
nobody seems to know, but we'll know when the officials say it's over, that's when it's over. All right, here we go. Out of the timeout. If you're Independence, you just don't want anybody to get behind you. They've got to go Herbert Hoover all the way out near midfield for a first down. This is a second down play. Grisby waits on the snap. He steps up in the pocket. He throws, and no one's there. That time, Fisher and Grisby was not on the same page, and it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, if you're Hoover, you try to get it out real quick, but something in the clock keeper up here says the game's over, but the guys on the field must have something, but it has to be close.
Until the white hat says it's over.
That's
of course,
right.
The clock stops on the incompletion.
The incompletion that stops. So I'm going to guess. Take a guess.
20 seconds?
20. I was going to say 20 seconds, under 20 seconds, something like that.
Of course, if they hit a first down, the clock would stop momentarily to set the chains. Three-man rush again. Independence got everybody back. Grisby takes the snap. He's going to run it, and they'll probably let him run. He's trying to make to the sideline. He won't get there, and that'll probably do it.
That's probably the game.
It looks like that might be the game as Independence is – looks like, yep, that's the ball game as they run out onto the field. Independence, after being up big, 30-7, and then falling behind, were able to rally, and Independence made enough plays, and that's what we talked about at dinner tonight, Eric, that we thought that one team was going to make one or two more plays than the other. That was the case, and Independence wins the game 37-34. Wow, I'm going to have to take a deep breath after this game.
Yeah, for sure, and it was everything that was built. Even with our troubles with the power here and the scoreboard, hey, I commend your professionalism, keeping it going, man, and this has been something great to enjoy. I enjoyed calling it, and it was as advertised.
Well, we appreciate the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, as he just was cool as always. He's like, I got this, no problem. Of course, there's nothing anyone could do when we lost power, but Nick Eskins, the heavy hitter, that's why I gave him that name when we started, 5 years ago, calling him the heavy hitter. All right, we're going to take a break. As coming up next is the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show, as we'll have our end of the fourth quarter breaks. Once again, final score, Independence beats Hoover 37-34. Independence starts the year 1-0, Hoover 0-1. We'll be back right after this as you've been watching the Little General Kickoff Classic streaming here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Are you ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
Hey, grab me one too.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And we welcome you back into the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show here at Independence High School. And wow, it was everything as advertised. It took 3 hours, but we couldn't help that. But we enjoyed every minute of the ball game. Final score: Independence defeats Herbert Hoover 37-34. With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing on opening night for these two teams in the 2025 high school football season. We had the scoreboard go out. We didn't have play clocks all night. We had power go out in the press box on a couple different occasions, and pretty much, it was pretty much the whole second half and part of the first half. They had to keep the time on the field, but in spectacular fashion, Eric, Independence able to get it done, 37-34, and, it was 3-0 Independence scored first. Hoover then got their first lead of the ball game at 7-3, and then you blinked, and it was 30-7 Independence just like that. But 3 straight scores made it 30-28 at halftime, and then Herbert Hoover scored and took the lead, and they had the momentum leading 34-30 before Independence was able to make that signature drive. And what a huge completion there by Brock Green on a big fourth down play that allowed Independence to eventually get the game-winning score on a 1-yard quarterback sneak on fourth down by Brock Green and win the game 37-34.
And like you said, both teams championship caliber programs, and it was shown because when Herbert Hoover went down, you knew they were down but not out, and you kept saying, hey, this team, it's going to make a comeback, and it did. Took the lead at 34-30, had all the momentum, I thought, in the late third, early fourth quarter, and it really took Independence bowing up defensively a couple of times to get that last initial drive and convert, 2 fourth down plays.
Yeah, big.
The last one being the Brock Green sneak to take the lead, and they showed some resiliency as well. And it was just a well-played game. I've enjoyed it, and both of these teams, look for them to really, no matter what their records, I think they'll get enough points, garner enough points to get in the playoffs and be a tough out.
Well, I'll say this. It's going to take a good team to be one of these two teams. We had a little bit of everything. There were a lot of big plays, to go around. And, Independence was able to score on a pick six. They were also able to score with their defense. Hoover was able to score with their special teams with a fumble return. Independence kicked the field goal. It was back and forth. There were big plays, like I said, to go around. But when the dust all settles, 37-34. We'll take one final break. When we come back, Eric will give you the numbers, courtesy of our stat man, Chris Farish, and we'll do it on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across Southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
North Side Levy, where they are right.
Yep. And we welcome you back in to Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, Independence, they defeat Herbert Hoover 37-34. Independence is 1-0, Hoover 0-1. And, Eric, you have the numbers courtesy of the stat man, Chris Farish.
Yeah, and the stats mirror the scoring. Independence finished with 339 total yards. Herbert Hoover had 328 total yards, and both quarterbacks really shined. Herbert Hoover, Peyton Grigsby, in his first game as their starter, went 22 of 33, Maris, for 332 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 INTs, and, 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them, put in good locations, and Independence made great plays on the ball to really turn back some drives, and they spread the wealth with the receivers totaling, of course, 328 yards. They had 4 receivers catch 3 or more passes on the evening, man. And hats off to them. The ground game, though, Independence really shut it down. They gave up a -4 rushing yards on the night. For Independence, Silas Nelson had 23 totes, 73 yards, and he came up real big. As if you can remember, he had 8 carries for 28 yards in the first half, so he got them the ground game going just enough to help lead them to victory. They finished up with 105 yards rushing, 234 yards passing. Brock Green overcame a couple of turnovers. He was 14 of 26 for 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but no completion bigger than that 4th and 10 as he was under pressure and completing it for a first down to lead Independence to the game-winning drive.
And what did he throw for total?
234 yards.
234 yards. And, of course, when you look at the rushing totals, the biggest part of that because of the sacks, because that goes against your rushing totals.
Oh, well, yes, that's true. Grigsby rushed, he had a -15. But the running back was held to 9 carries for 11 yards. So Independence did really well against the run.
Well, anyway, if the rest of the season is going to be as entertaining and exciting as we had here tonight, we're going to be in for a lot of fun. Of course, tomorrow, Eric, you and I and the heavy hitter and Chris Farish will be in Glen Daniel, West Virginia. It'll be the first match up ever between Doddridge and Liberty. It will be on the air at 6:30, kick at 7. Bill O'Brien, Mark Montgomery, and Butch Mounts will be producing and directing over at Van Meter Stadium. The field will be named Pete Curlicerto Field tomorrow. Bill's doing the pregame ceremony, and then Bill will have the call on video productions, and that airs at 7, kicks at 7:30. Shady's at St. Albans tomorrow night, and that game will also air on video productions. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. So last thought, Eric, before we wrap it up.
Well, great kickoff to the season. I was honored to be a part of this Little General Kickoff Classic. Hats off to both teams, both coaching staffs, and both quarterbacks and all the good players in this game.
Well, we'll say our goodbyes. Once again, the final score of Independence wins at 37-34 for our entire staff. For Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, he produced and directed fabulously as he always did. And also for our cameraman, the heavy hitter senior, and of course, Chris Farish, our stat man. I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Independence defeats Herbert Hoover 37-34.